Hola and welcome everybody to Monday Night Fire Shrike. When we last left off, there was a lot of stuff going on. We had the burning remains of the Fire Shrike and the smoking battlefield where Shaba and crew fended off a bunch of mercenaries at the behest that mm, working under the auspices of Merch. Merch made a hasty retreat and got off and got to a shuttle he'd had hidden and got off world. A bunch of Veskarium troops showed up to help deal with the situation because if we remember correctly, Merch and his mercenaries have been terrorizing Forget for quite some time, and the Veskarium finally decided to step in. We also left with the crew. The rest of the crew was at the Conqueror's Forge, picking up the Tempest, getting the new ship going and what have you. And everybody was kind of starting to settle into that. And what I want to do here is I want to start with Oliver Byrne and Xander. So Oliver Byrne, Xander, the two of you are running boarding simulations. This is training exercise that has come down from security that you guys you're going to be in charge of. You're going to be facing off. So which one of you is running the invading party and which one is going to be the defending?
Bears are known for their defense.
I'm doing
He said,
what?
he said,
You're running boarding party training exercises. You're in command of one group and Xander's in command of the other. You're you're squaring off. What I want to know is who's defending and who's invading in the exercise.
Um, I guess Oliver could defend.
Okay. So that means Xander, you're coordinating the invasion here. So tactical boarding is actually in Starship Operations book, and and this is my opportunity to play with this a little bit here. So what this is maybe we get like over the comms we get Rex Tolak, who's pretty much like sort of been put in charge of organizing this for the time being. Is like so everyone's like maybe we get like the split screen. We get Oliver on one side. Are you defending from where are you defending from? Are you defending from the engine bay? Are you defending from like computer core? Are you defending from the bridge? Where are you defending from? Like what system are you trying to protect?
Uh, he doesn't pick that for me. um, I guess we could defend the bridge. I don't know.
Okay, so you guys you're gonna be defending the bridge. So that means that's where the target area is. Xander, your team is supposed to invade the bridge. So maybe we get like a split screen, and Xander, you and your team, like maybe it's like you on one side, and we can kind of see in the background that you're set up in maybe like the cargo bays and whatnot, the cargo bay area with your team and what have you. And you've got, and the other split side of the split screen is Oliver Byrne standing on the bridge in front of like maybe the security terminal or something with a number of his team. And right now, these guys are kind of on loan from the Blue Ember. They're part of the unfulfilled crew. Um, the tactical boarding is different from regular combat because it's all based off of. It's much simpler for one thing in a way, because it's all based on your crew skill level. It's based on the boarding party size, and it's based on like the key ability modifier of the person leading the boarding party. So we're going to consider you guys to have equal standing we're going to consider it at a zero thumb. I think uh, Xander, you probably have a team of about, I don't know, maybe about 30% the size of what Oliver's got. So there's no particular bonus for you your role to invade. Um, did you put in Did you guys, looking at the ship, did you guys put in biometric locks?
Which ship?
The Tempest, because this is what this
Tempest,
happened.
yes.
The
I
Tempest
feel like
does
that should
have
be
biometric
standard
lock.
practice.
Yeah, you say that, but
And
it
what
costs
is
5
the,
points.
Oh,
and what are, do you have computer countermeasures?
Ooh.
Mark 3 defenses. Yes, we have Mark 3 countermeasure.
So that's another +1. So you've got a +2, and we're considering you. What was your what kind of training module did you have for the expansion bay thing for training?
Combat training facility basic, but special. Oh god, I increased its size.
So it means, so it's what kind of soldiers does it give you? What kind of,
I'm looking right now. This adds several caches of weapons and armor spread throughout the starship. Improves the crew's battle readiness, treating them as skilled when resolving boarding events.
so skilled.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a +2 +4, so that's going to be a d20 +4, and then plus your charisma modifier there,
Charisma.
Xander.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh, I
because
thought
that's,
you got no
he's an
charisma here.
no, it's your key ability modifier. For him, it's charisma. For you, it's
yeah,
intelligence.
yeah. I thought you were gonna
Because
say
you're both
me
going.
though. I was like, I don't
No,
have
no,
charisma.
Oliver, your role is going to be based on intelligence.
Yeah.
You are going to get let's see, subdue, boarding resistance, that's Starship's tier, Starship security. Oh wait, so the Starship's tier is 9, so that's parties compound. So Starship's tier is 9, 4, 2, 6. So you get a 6 plus your intelligence modifier. Defense always tends to get an advantage here, and whoever rolls higher with this roll is going to be the decided victor.
Oh, good. There's no like
So it's
actual combat.
so no, Xander, you are rolling at a +4, and Oliver's rolling at a +6. Well, +4, whatever, and 4 plus whatever your charisma bonus, and then your Oliver gets his intelligence bonus. So go ahead and give me those rolls.
Xander, if you will.
And I think
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god, that was.
Oliver. All right. So maybe the start of this, we get the split screen and we get the, right, I think we're ready. We're all in place. Time to begin the exercise. Good luck, gentlemen. And like there's and Oliver, this is a situation where you win out, but it's due to your, intellect and the fact that you have a larger size crew. Xander probably makes it pretty far. Give me some narrative of what that looks like. Xander, people, because you're an envoy, people are responding to your charisma. So that's got to play into your leadership style. And Oliver, you're running on intelligence, so play that in. Kind of work together and give me an explanation of what this looks like as you're trying to, Xander tries to raid all the way from the cargo bay to the bridge.
You're muted. Xander.
No, I'm just mentally trying to picture out how I would word this.
Ah,
Give me a second.
you good.
So
Very
we
quiet,
go
though.
down and be like, all right, got this. We're all good. Cover everything. Make sure nothing sneaks up behind us. We know where our destination is, where we're starting. Let's go. We got this. Yeah.
All right. Oliver, what's the contrast here? What does it look like from your position as leading
He probably
your defense?
he definitely throws out some sacrificial pawns to keep Xander busy. Meanwhile, setting up the
Right.
majority of the defenses in the bridge itself as an overwhelming force, couple on like the sides. He does this like whole layout, he, he's studying. He knows these are these simulations, like little sim bots or whatever, or are these actual
Well,
people?
essentially, it's people, but it's that thing where you're not shooting to kill. It's
Yeah. No.
it's
Okay. So yeah, he's using.
you're
He's like
Basic hack.
using, like if they're a lot of them are similar races and stuff. He knows this, so he's using
well
that
they're
to his advantage. I don't know. They're a mixture of
yeah they're
things.
well they're mostly Kasathan. There's one or two
Oh
like
right, it's all
Skittermanders running around the
Kasathans.
Vesa. Yeah, because there's only a couple of Skittermanders running around in the mix because Vesa convinced two Skittermanders to join you.
Yes, I am their queen.
Oh god.
Oh yes, the queen of the Skittermanders. Okay.
Hey man,
Interesting.
it's like ants.
Quick
You get a lot of
update
them, and it's like, oh
on
fuck, we got ants.
Kasathans are four-armed.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to try to use Skittermanders to make station.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they're pretty much equally matched then. So yeah, he'll just set up a major defense force in the bridge itself with a
Mhm.
couple units hidden behind, like in rooms separate. And if there's any kind of like, I don't know, janitor closets and stuff, so when Xander comes in, we can pincer attack.
Right. Just
Let's say
yeah,
we're gonna
he's
charge in
a trap.
strong. We're like, hey, let's go. We got this. We're awesome.
Exactly.
Charge in.
Right. Yeah, so maybe we get like this cut scene of like the sort of a montage, a little bit of a montage of like Xander leading the charge with, sort of like encouraging these guys forward. And, you know, they Xander, as far as they know, is part of the command crew, so they're pretty inspired by this. And Xander is generally a likable guy, so and they get a lot farther than you initially anticipated. Maybe they get all the way up to like the flight deck, they're all the way up and they almost get to the bridge before your people stop them. But like on the other side of it, we see Oliver Byrne behind his station just giving orders and checking readouts and repositioning troops, just calculating it down. um Maybe the moment of like, maybe that moment of like one of your people are like, they're gonna make it through, they've beaten all our defenses, and like Oliver just kind of like maybe looks at him or
Roars
something,
in his face.
what he's like, roars in his face, he's like, okay, point taken, I guess we're gonna be okay.
So, quick
uh,
question. Um, since this has already kind of been decided, can I use an
yeah,
ability and say it works, and that's what the deciding factor is?
sure.
All right. So what happens when you have a really charismatic leader, and that charismatic leader can no longer give orders, and goes down quickly? So like I like to imagine Xander comes in with his crew, and Oliver just stands up with his injector rifle and just fires a shot right into his shoulder, as a tranq dart takes effect, and knocks him out completely, even as an android. Just like that's what
Right.
that little bit of bonus was.
Right.
And all of a sudden he
Makes
has
it all the way.
a whole crew that doesn't have a leader, bunch of Kasathans. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
there's huh.
isn't Rogo on board that ship?
well, this is just a training exercise, so it's
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. And Rogo is there, but he's not been selected as part of the team. Or even if he is, his individual abilities don't determine anything about it. It's the
Well,
whoever's
I'm
leading the
just
build
yeah.
party. So
If that effectively takes it out, that's awesome. But yeah,
I like it. That's just
yeah.
that was that little deciding factor, that one in the dice roll, 3 in the 4.
Right. It's
He would have had
exactly like, mechanically speaking, Rogo's individual abilities would only matter if he was the one leading the boarding party or the boarding defense party. So because he's only one soldier, so that would not necessarily bring the overall level of the soldiers up.
And if I knew of Rogo, I probably would have planned a contingency, like send a couple people to keep him out of the range. Like maybe sacrifice a couple soldiers to try to either take him down or keep him far enough away that when this happens, he's not even there to be like, I'm taking charge.
Well, and likewise, if they'd have given Rogo to one side. They probably would have given Rulia or somebody to counter that on the other side.
Yeah.
Someone who could counter him on the other side. So,
Take him
but
to
yeah,
the other
it's that.
side.
And I think maybe we and I think maybe like we exit out of like this, like we get this, like we back off of it, and then we kind of do that thing where we back off, and then we back out, and we're looking at a screen, at a computer screen, and we're looking at maybe Rex and Qualu and Zai, looking at the screen, watching the end of this, what the probably having watched this training exercise. Qualu kind of nods and it looks over at and Zion says, "The scholar did a bit better than I expected. This is twice he is surprised by me by doing better than expected. Neither time was a victory, but better than expected."
Hmm.
This is, as for the bear, well, I guess that's one way to get your soldiers back in line. Like speaking at the fact that he just roared in some guy's face. he's like,
Most of the best drill sergeants have voices at least that loud. Some
he's
of
like,
them have had upgrades
The real
to fucking
fact is,
sound
Oliver
like that.
actually had no idea how to respond to that.
he was like, I don't know what this to do. I'll just roar at him. He's like, but I think he's like, I think he's kind of like, are you ready for the next exercise? He says this one will be taking place on board of the Blue Ember.
Excellent.
And he's like, and he set it up, and this time, like maybe the like the back and forth here, like the split screen, is Vesa and Ashira squaring off. Kind of the same deal as before. Who's defending and who is invading?
I ran down the
Where were
stairs.
we?
You're on the blue ember right now.
She's dying.
So
I need a second. All right. I heard my name and I came running. I just needed to put my fucking glasses on because I can't say anything. Okay.
take a
Okay.
breath. All right. So, do you want to play offense or defense?
Defense.
There you go.
So you take defense. So you'll be rolling with with a d20 with a +6 plus your charisma modifier. Ashira, that makes you the invader, and but I'm gonna let you pick where you're invading to. Where does Vesa have to defend from on the blue ember?
Oh,
Is she defending the engine room? Is she defending like computer core? Is she defending like weapons? Or where's she at? Where do you have to? Where are you forcing her to defend from?
I'm gonna pick one of the serious ones. I swear to God that you just named off. But the first thing that popped in my head was keep her from the coffee pot. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe you probably
I love it.
suggested that the first time, and Qualu just looked at you and said, "That is not a legitimate tactical target. Pick
Fine.
a better one."
Fine. That's tactical in my eyes.
Like, same. You want to see me fight? I will defend it with my life.
Oh God, why do we keep fighting? I don't like it.
I don't know. Did you say it was a D10 or a D20?
D20.
Okay.
And then
Computers, I guess. I don't know.
From the computer core? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so in this scenario, Vesa, you have to defend from the computer core. And you're sorry?
is it
Go for
R
it.
slash or is it slash R?
/R.
Okay.
Yeah, /R. And so sure you'll be rolling a 1d20 plus your intelligence bonus and a +4 on top of that. Vesa, you will be rolling that d20 with your charisma bonus and a +6 on top of that.
Oh, +6? Okay, yeah, I did that already. Okay.
Because you're the defender.
Fight me.
Wow, these two are doing so much better than us, Sander. Ours was just
Okay.
kind of awkward.
I can't pull out my sheet, so I need assistance. Oh wait, yeah, I can. I'm an idiot. I was thinking of fuck. See, not streaming throws me off.
You can basically just roll it as an intelligence check +4.
I gotta get my thing. Okay. Plus what? 4?
+4.
Only +4?
Does that count my modifier? Oh my god.
Ow.
No, just
Okay, that button doesn't work. That can't be it.
+4 4 plus 5, and then you had a +4 on top of that, would have made a 13.
I have 5 modifier. What does the modifier do?
Right. That the 5 modifier is your intelligence bonus, right?
Okay.
And then it would have been a +4 on top of that,
Okay.
and you rolled a 4, so that would have been a
13,
But Vesa,
17.
Vesa will beat you by like.
I need you to
Vesa
lose.
beat you by,
Listen,
like,
crackhead, calm
twice.
down. Her camera is
What?
very distracting.
You're so crazy.
She's fucking dancing, and I'm like, God,
Go, Piggy.
She's so excited.
I'm trying to pay attention to Jessa, but I keep looking at Amy.
She's so excited.
Oh
I
my
got it.
god. Okay,
Uh,
so it's I rolled a 4 plus.
Yeah.
So you said that
Yep.
brings you to 13
Yeah,
plus the other
plus-
4.
No. 4 plus 5 is 9, because 5 was
Okay.
your intelligence bonus.
Oh, okay.
And then the +4 on top of that would have made it 13. She doubled you, so she got you shut down pretty quickly. What does this look like between the two of you?
Pissed.
Oh,
Assure you're
Oh.
leading with your intelligence. Basically, you're leading with your charisma. What does this look
Yeah.
like?
Fucking like we're stuck in a wet paper bag and we can't get out. Fucking stupid. This is not lining up.
You're gonna come at me and I'm gonna be like, wait.
Come
let's
at me,
talk this
bro.
over.
Let's say I have tacos.
What if I
What?
told you
Uh-huh.
there was fresh coffee in the coffee pot in the mess hall right now?
Yeah, so I can go make coffee.
Well,
What if
I
I
mean-
told you that you went anyway because my charisma just made you go?
That's,
Oh
That's-
shit, coffee,
No.
let's go!
no, that's
No.
not.
it-
That's not how that
I know.
works.
It's more a reflection of you inspired your people to be really, really good. And like, what does that look?
Guys, I'll make you coffee. You guys fight her off, and then they did. 'Cause then they
like? They're like,
What the fuck just happened?
they're like,
okay.
well, at least she cares enough to get us coffee. I think.
That latte art is fucking tits. Let me tell you.
Oh my god.
Vesa just supplied her defensive team with coffee and donuts, and they're like, "Yeah, we can do that with this."
Okay.
It's
All right, give me a
fucking-
second. No, give me a second.
Good management.
How many we
skills.
talking here? How many we talking here?
Well, you actually have. I mean, what it looks like is you're coming at a numerical disadvantage, which means that she doesn't get any bonus, but neither do you. She got bonuses for the defensive countermeasures of the ship and the ship's tier, and for the trained ability of the people under her command. You got the trained ability, and that you had to fight against a lot of the stuff that the defense always has the advantage here. So you were fighting against an advantaged position. You were fighting
Do
at a
anything?
disadvantage. So,
Fighting against coffee. You can't fight coffee.
well, I mean,
I can with 9d6 fire damage, bitch.
what it amounts to is you have a pretty good plan, but her people are just so motivated they act before you were ready for them.
No,
They
this
like
is bullshit. I was set up. I didn't have a chance.
You
yeah,
were
they
kind of set up. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
well, and they and I think it kind of boils down to um yeah, and once again we draw back to like the computer terminals like Rex and or not Rex, well, yeah, Rex, not Rex and Qualu and Zai, and Qualu just kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "Well, they're 1 for 1 now," and and he's like, apparently she makes a pretty good leader. And like
I
Zai,
make a pretty good coffee.
what is your response to this?
Well, every battle is a learning experience for both sides. I hope you both learn from this and do better next time. Good job.
Yeah,
And that's literally
That the
to
way to,
both of them.
yeah.
the way to good management skills is
Uh,
feeding your people donuts and coffee and giving them Fridays off early.
You were Vase had no control over what their shift schedule is. It's like, hey, look, you can get off early. You can get off early on Friday. I'll take care of it. Like,
I'll handle it. I'll handle it, you guys. Just
they totally
whatever
believe
I
you
need to
too.
sign, I'll just sign it.
They're like, well, she seems to be traveling in the inner circle. She's got a rank of lieutenant. She probably has the ability to give me the day to give me extra time off. Let me off
I'm
early.
gonna do it. Who's in my group? They're all gone. They've all taken off. Where'd they go?
Well, it's like some of them work in like engineering, some of them work in like the sensor department, and science officers and stuff. You know, some of them are just general deckhands that help move cargo and man a gun occasionally or whatever. Um,
Every
they
one of them is getting a sticky note that says Vesa said I can have off early Friday morning or early Friday. Like every one of them. I'm just like writing them out. I'm like, you did a great job, and I love you guys. What's your name? Todd? Fuck you, Todd. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a different game.
Fuck you, Todd.
so
Fucking
Ashira,
Todd.
when you get woke up Friday morning because so and so left early,
yeah,
you know whose door you need to like kick open and be like, "Go do the shift."
there's probably you probably receive a few of these sticky notes like that are like Vesa said I could get off early today. Like
I swear
motherfucker.
to God.
Uh, Princess is
Clue just said
overstepping her boundaries.
Plu
Oh,
Plu
because they
basically
did
looks
such
at
a
you.
good job.
Plu probably hands you like a stack of them like, well, they seem legit. She does have the rank of lieutenant. Just
Oh
hands
my
them to you.
God.
He doesn't know any better.
My boy.
Uh,
Your
It's
assistant
Oh,
is a little clueless here.
so fucked up. So fucked up. Everything's so fucked up.
yeah.
Hey, you have co-opted Ashira Vase's little friend as your assistant. Not necessarily through your own choice, but he's
he is incredibly helpful, and he makes coffee just as well as Rick.
Mhm.
well, and he has managed to deflect a few of the office fucking bullshit you would have like dealing with some of your your subordinates. He smoothed a few of those things out so you didn't have to deal with them. So it's that thing where maybe he's annoying and sometimes a little clueless, but he's saved you a couple of headaches. So yeah, yeah, he probably is like he was probably part of your boarding team, and he was like, "We didn't think that one out fast enough." He makes a note. He's like he's like he's like, "Don't worry, I'll write a reminder for you."
Oh boy.
Send you a file attachment. Send you a file. Ashira sends you a file attachment. Remember, next boarding exercise, plan quicker.
Oh my god.
Poor Ashira. She's just like,
Alright.
I'm
Do you want me
done.
to make you coffee? I've got spectacular latte art just for you, and it's just a big middle finger, but it's beautifully done.
um,
Wow.
But I love her. I mean, it's
Just
good coffee. It's not.
wow.
yeah, yeah.
I offered excellent coffee, it's just with an amazing piece of art.
I think, and I think there's a like probably there's probably that point where you guys have a bit of downtime to, sort of talk about this. You're still at the Conqueror's Forge. Things are getting ready to like go and move forward and what have you. You're pretty sure that Zai is getting prepped to go back to the Pact Worlds and deliver this ambassador finally. Um, the Tempest is supposed to be making preparations to head to the Marixa Republic. But there's sort of that thing where everybody's clearing out their final rooms and doing this, that, and the other. Ashira, I think there's a point where like maybe it's like later in the day and you're walking and maybe you're walking down the hallway you're walking down the hallway and you see Rulia come out of like Nurx's like quarters. And as she kind of walks by, she doesn't say anything to you, but she just gives you a flirtatious wink, like she does, like all the time with most people.
Okay.
She just sees you and walks by and just like smiles and winks at you, and she's like, and keeps moving.
All right, let's try this again. Ashira, you just saw somebody that's not your best friend come out of your best friend's room and walk by you and wink. What's that bitch doing in her room?
I need to hold up. I need a second.
Zai doesn't know this yet, so.
No, Zai
Zai,
doesn't know this. I just
no
want to make
way.
sure you understood the situation. Go ahead.
Well, I do now. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yep, I'm not there.
I'm just gonna side eye her and go, "What the fuck?" And then I'm
Yeah.
probably just gonna bust in the room and be like, "Yo."
And Nurx is kind of like, she's in the process of like putting something away in the refrigerator or what have you. She's like,
Is that cucumber?
nope, it is not a cucumber.
Whoa.
Yiggity
If
yiggity
you have to know,
18
if you
plus
have-
people.
if you have to know, if you have to know, it looks like it's frozen pizza.
Okay. Wait. You know what? That's a whole other level of kink I don't need to know about. Oh wow. Okay. What was just happening? What? Arms folded, standing in the doorway.
She just turns around and she's like, I was putting the pizza up. Don't want it to go bad. It smelled bad.
Before that, with her.
She's like, she kind of takes a moment. She goes, it's just part of the flight crew last minute instructions. She wanted tips. What to expect. I told her I don't know. Twinkle's a different captain. I've never seen Captain Twinkle, so
Wink at me.
She's like, you want me to wink at you? Why?
No. Wait. You're not listening. No wait. When I was walking by, she winked at me when she left your room.
She's like, she kind of winks at everybody, and she's winked at you before. Would you
God,
like
did
to
you
make a
just
sense
call her a
motive
hoe?
roll here? Would you like to make a sense motive roll here?
Yes, I would. Oh God.
You'll get a +2 bonus out of this because Nurx has been your friend for a while.
So
But you
14.
are rolling against her. But this is a opposed roll, and I don't know. I think she might be good at lying.
I would have hoped so.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like, Why? What are you so suspicious about?
Uh, Nothing. No, I'm cool. Brushes hair behind ear, stands up straight. I'm good.
He's like, she and she's like, she kind of smiles at you and does that thing where she like gives you shit. She's like, "Why, you interested?
Oh,
Put in a
escalated.
good word."
Okay.
She's
I
like, "I put in a good word for you."
I I think I left the coffee pod off. I gotta go turn on.
She
Gotta turn
just
on.
laughs at you. She laughs at you as you bait a hasty retreat. She's like,
uh,
I uh I I think I just developed Tourette's.
it's not Tourette's, but okay.
It's coming, trust me.
yeah, yeah. There's a moment where like, and I think as like she's probably leaving the ship, she probably passes by you, Vesa, and she's like, Rulia passes by you, and she kind of stops, and she goes, so last chance, won't see each other for a while. Mm.
Oh
and
boy. Oh
I
boy.
am in a committed relationship with an android, and I
Yeah.
cannot. I'm sorry. I mean, well,
she
no.
goes,
Sorry, bye.
you, you want me to
Wait,
keep
Xander.
company for you?
Said what?
She's
Xander.
like, you. wa- She's like, you want me to keep him company for you?
I
Maybe if he's into that sort of thing.
oh
I don't
god.
know.
She just laughs. She she
Uh,
laughs. She's like, I'm gonna miss being on the same ship with you. You're funny, and kind of and like grabs like shoulders her bag and her weapon like on one like at her left shoulder and like shoulders her weapons over her left and kind of like heads off to disembark to go get on the Blue Ember or not the Blue Ember, the Tempest. Yeah.
Bye.
Leaves everybody confused in her wake.
We're gonna go get some coffee.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think there is a bit of like you guys are kind of doing your thing. Do you have anything else you guys need to do on the Conqueror's Forge before you leave?
No.
Can
Hmm?
I go shopping?
Can I?
I was
Can I go shop?
This-
You can find this is not a good place to find pets,
Let's-
but you can certainly find weapons and armor here.
if you're looking
Okay,
for
I'm
something
good.
rare and or unusual, this is the one place that might have it.
Well, you're if looking for a pet, you're gonna have a better time on the Adar. This is mostly a weapons manufacturing, like R&D, like that's what this station is all about. Like they have living quarters and commercial quarters, but they're not set up for like the same way
Yeah.
that like other places would be. So the
Burnward,
Adari,
you have gotten quite a bit of pay. Do you need anything from the Conqueror's Forge? He might not be here yet. Oh well.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted.
Oh,
yeah.
hello, sir.
Yeah. Potentially, let me check how much money I have real quick. Because I can't.
Also,
imagine-
remember, Captain's Eye is a loan shark.
That's
He
true.
is.
Captain's
Ooh,
Eye is a loan
shit.
shark. I have 13K credits. Come back to me in just a second. I need to look in the armory.
I
Okay.
actually have no idea how much money I have.
Say, you should have. It's. Hang on.
Can I buy drugs here? I mean, probably not.
Like
right?
I have
Just like
No.
weapons.
6,200.
No.
Well,
Okay.
So I guess that's all I have.
I mean,
Amy?
you could buy drugs from your crewmates, but you can't buy drugs from
Well, I can do
people
that
in the
anytime.
Yeah,
Did some
you can get that
insane
any.
drugs.
That's
Vesa,
an everyday
have
thing,
you
yeah.
forgotten that
Yeah.
the number one bonus of being on a Zai ship is there are drugs everywhere?
There are drugs everywhere. I have
And
not
remember,
forgotten. I
kids,
just
the only
need to-
reason that is because we live in a fantasy realm where we get away with a lot of stuff because we run away from the cops a lot. Don't do drugs. Okay.
Right. None of us do drugs in real life ever.
Mm.
Drugs are cool as hell. Use drugs if you want to, but just don't blame us.
And also
What?
be responsible.
Yeah.
Yes, do be responsible. Don't do like Inboom or any shit like that, or like fentanyl. That's like bad shit. Don't do that. But dude,
don't know
what
smoke a
the
J.
first
Fucking
one
who
is.
cares?
Yeah.
So
It's
Really, who do you hurt by smoking a J? You know.
you
K, L,
expand
and
your
M.
mind. Anyway, moving on.
Yes, fantastic.
Taking a turn.
All right, so
so
otherwise, if no one needs anything, though retrospectively we can have this take place 2 hours in the future, we can leave for the Adari because, well, I get to go home. That doesn't happen very often. And we might be able to get some more Kasathans at this point because we've been gone for what, 3 months?
Can I need like
Been
250 more
gone for a while.
credits.
Oh,
can lend
did
you
you not
money.
write down your credits from earlier?
What were my credits from earlier? Because I have 6,250 listed.
Wait,
Yep, that's what you're supposed to have
Okay.
because that's what I
Wait.
paid you.
I need
Did I?
250
Did I?
more.
Is there
You
more
should've-
credits I should have?
No, because you get
Okay.
paid,
I get paid
Your way.
Yeah.
right? And you've
Yes.
been taking credits directly from the ship, correct?
Correct.
There we go.
Okay.
So long as that happens, we're fine. And
Okay.
when we did pass out money, you put the ship's money back in the ship.
Yes. Yes.
Wait,
'cause
is the
we did
ship a
not-
bank and I just didn't know that?
Essentially.
well, the
Because-
ship has the ship has a ship fund, but it's there so whenever you guys get paid, they all they split the pay, but they always give the ship a share. And then when people need extra shit or they need to buy some more UPB so they can build more shit, they just take a ship.
Mm.
Oh,
Right,
that's clever.
When we got paid, Twinkle was like, "Well, Captain, here's the money that I owe you," and I'm like, "Well, I'm only going to take half, and you can still owe me $3,000."
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because that way
Mhm.
he still felt like he got paid instead of he's still broke.
Because with
I'm
if I got
willing to loan
250
the bear money for favors.
And that's also fine.
Oliver can
But
make
remember
certain
that
types
Captain
of
Zai
drugs.
can also make drugs.
I can make medical drugs.
I don't.
So can I.
Oh shit! I forgot the bear makes drugs.
These ones are technically
Yes.
legal.
And so
bear
does
makes
the
better
flower.
ones. The bear makes better ones than Zai does, because that's what the bear
The
does.
bear can enhance regular stuff. His hyperleaf is better than Zai and Nurx's hyperleaf, and it's sad.
I merge them together.
Okay.
They're both fantastic formulas, and I'm just like, there's another way.
Oh wow.
I
We can use the bear to make our booze even better.
But I was looking at personal
Yeah.
upgrades, and it's 6,500 for
out of
Mark II.
hyperleaf.
Okay,
For what?
and
Personal upgrades.
Captain
Mark II,
Zai.
yeah.
So long as the ship has funds for something like that, take it out of the ship fund, what you don't have, and then make a note on your character sheet that you need to pay it back next time we get paid, which could be, anywhere between tomorrow and 6 years from now.
Where is the ship funds listed?
It's listed under crew notes and journal, I believe.
Okay. That's crew assignments, not that.
Oh, yeah, crew notes and journal.
So, if you guys are as you guys are going, Burnward,
not right.
maybe you're probably also aware that they had recently done some boarding training exercises on both the Tempest and the Blue Ember.
Oh, and you're
with
telling me
various
Burnward
crew.
wouldn't be there? Hell no. Burnward would have
Well-
been fucking running a clinic.
Well, they probably have one for Burnward as well. But Burnward, I think probably Qualu would actually ask Zai who he'd want Burnward to run against.
I'm sorry, I was reading notes. What am I deciding? Who Burnward is against?
Boarding exercises.
Oh, we're doing one with Burnward.
Yeah,
Excellent.
he specifically said that's something his character would definitively do. But
Oh yeah.
who would you have leading the other party for this? It would be like Paulo would defer to you.
All right. So let's see. Brian, who are you currently being, since you're technically another person at the moment?
Lady Sonic.
Ooh, why don't you do it, Lady Sonic?
All right.
That actually seems like a pretty decent match in itself.
Hmm.
All right. So how boarding party actions work is it's a straight D20 roll, and the modifier then it gets modifiers based on the complement of the size of the invading party, the skill level of the crew that is doing the invading, and level of defenders, and finally it is modified by the key ability score modifier by the leader of the of the each party and what have you. And now I got to go back and find that page again. I had it a minute ago. But what it boils down to is you'll be who's defending and who's invading. Whoever's defending has the advantage.
Coin flip.
Sure.
All right. You want one or two?
I'll take two.
Okay. All right. Fair's is fair. Burnward is going to defend.
All right.
Wait. Defenders have advantage?
Yep.
Burnward's going to attack.
Okay. So Burnward, you're going to be rolling a d20, adding your key ability modifier and a +4. And Lady Sonnet will be rolling a d20, adding plus her dex bonus and a +6. So Burnward, in your case, it's a strength check, and then add +4, and then in the case of Lady Sonnet, it's a dex +6.
Gotcha.
So it's not going to worry about your base attack modifiers or anything.
Wow, poor showing from both of us.
You know what though? Burnward actually wins. Burnward, you are the first invader, to actually beat the defenders. First of all, where was Shaba defending? Or not Shaba? Where was Sonnet defending from?
Which ship are we on?
This is the Blue Emperor.
Bridge.
Bridge? Okay. Burnward manages to make it all the way to the bridge. What does this look like as Burnward manages to make it all the way from the cargo hold to the bridge? Considering you're leading your party with your brute strength and Lady Sonnet is leading with her sheer agility and natural dexterity.
So I think what it is...
deciding factors.
Yeah, I think what it is Burnward realizes the squads on either part are kind of like even. Mm-hmm. So Burnward kind of...
Actually, you're at a numerical disadvantage. That's why they get the beer. Yeah.
Yeah, then even better. Burnward realizes his squad is going to get the floor wiped with it no matter what. And being a Hell Knight, he is not unfamiliar to tactical movements such as like sacrificing a unit for the greater battle. Mm-hmm. So he probably sends off like a contingent of 2 and another contingent of 2 to like basically be distractions while he plows right through the middle. And just through like sheer rage, force of will, and sacrificing his men, he just like ends up in the command room.
Right. How does Lady Sonnet's defense look as it's not, quite up to par? And what does the final scene showdown between the two of them look like?
Considering it's all sort of finesse and dex, it's seeing the more brute strength of what's coming at her. It's a protracted defense all the way back to the bridge. Mm. And then when just as Burnward's about to bust down the door, her and the last few remaining defenders sort of like disappear into conduits.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
Lady Sonnet realizes that, like, oh yeah, Burn Ward is doing a training exercise, but he doesn't have kitty gloves on when he trains. Like,
Oh boy.
No, there's no kitty
Yeah.
clubs with that.
yeah, I don't want to get my ass beat
Well,
over training.
right, and maybe it's that thing where like Lady Sonnet has, been arranging little ambushes and hit and run tactics, but Burn Ward's tactical formation is just strong enough that you just can't pick him off, and he manages to get through without being able to pick off an appreciable amount of
Yeah.
them. So, yeah, and I think Qualu probably the tactical screen, watching it, Qualu probably nods and says, "That was about what we expected out of him."
Burn Ward looks directly at a
Right.
camera without knowing that he's being referenced right now. He just like looks at the camera and goes, that clinic's for free.
And like he
Hmm.
like he kind of looks at it and he's like, "You're he seems to have done he's the only attacker who has managed to capture their primary target." And it's like I would imagine that this is probably I would imagine that this means he's probably our best spear if we decide to send a boarding party of our own out.
Right. Remind me,
The
what imaginary rank did we give Qualu?
Qualu's head of security. So, but I don't think we gave him directly. I would imagine as head of security, he'd have to be at least a lieutenant.
Right, I'm thinking lieutenant commander. Let's make that official.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
He just.
After I do that, I look at Burn Ward and I was like, if you just joined as one of the crew, you get a rank too.
Goes,
Just
Well.
talking through the camera because you're not in the same room. But
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
we turn on the speaker. It only works once in a while.
yeah. Burn Ward.
Oh, wait,
Burn Ward
we
looks
just
up.
open his comm.
Yeah. Burn Ward looks up and goes, something to consider. Hey, Cap. You happen to have 10K I can borrow?
Yeah. If we make it here, it's 10% better automatically, right?
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
well, it's
Um,
got it. Basically, it has more hit points and more hardness and all that good
Oh,
stuff. It's
okay,
bigger.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Weapons
remember that.
craft on your own are better. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, he would know that. Yeah, he'd be like, oh,
Well,
shit.
we are name brand like manufacturer.
Yeah, he'd be like, need you to help me whip up a breaching gun, impact variety.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I don't think I've made one of those.
Yeah, it's a shotgun.
Hmm.
It's a 16 shell shotgun, meaning Burn Ward is like gonna just be able to like walk into combat and just be like, dope, 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 dope. All right, so all these guys are dead. Like,
So,
Uh,
and I think there's maybe like the moment like where in absentia or what have you, like one of you on the Tempest kind of probably has to give the order to take off for the Xander. Yeah.
give the order.
We gotta go. Yeah. Whatever,
Really
fine,
is,
everything, let's go.
It's really in. I think. Give me a second here.
Gesundheit. Gesundheit.
Always in twos. Anyway, I think Rulia turns around and looks at you and goes, and she goes, like she hits a few of the buttons and switches, gets things turned on, turns to you very briefly and goes, and she's like, your girlfriend said I could keep you company, right? And then winks at you and turns back around.
What?
You're still close enough
half
you
of
can
it-
text her.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna send a text message to Vase and be like, "Are we doing a threesome thing here or what?"
Oh no. Okay.
How open is this relationship?
Face is gonna text back and be like, "Oh, hey, Rulia got a hold of you. Listen, you live your best life and do whatever you'd like, and I don't think I want to be involved with Rulia because she seems very strong-willed. Hot, but strong-willed. Like,
How is that not? It doesn't matter. I'm not there.
okay, love you, bye.
Right.
All right, I'm sending back the thumbs and saying nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, she gets the ship underway. Vesa, you've probably figured that you're an envoy in a high enough level. You've figured out that half of it's serious, half of it's not. All of it is meant to put everybody a little bit off guard. It's just
Yes,
how
and I don't
loves making
hate
people feel a little. Yeah, she loves putting people on the spot.
I don't hate it. I
Yeah.
feel like she might be my spirit animal, but we're probably gonna just have a platonic relationship. Unless we don't. I don't fucking know.
Right. Well, and don't forget, Lady Sonnet's on this ship. If you're into goth girls, there's where it's at. And Shaba can play a goth girl.
Speaking of Shaba, let's
At the moment, I believe he's tucking
Shaba's
children
not
in.
here. Shaba's not here. So, but yeah, you kind of get up and off into lifted, and let's get her. I'm gonna give you a piloting check for her, because your captain isn't here to do it for us. So, as a GM, I will do so. Piloting.
While you're piloting, I'm gonna text Xander again and be like, "So do you like her?"
Wow. No. Well, yeah. So maybe it's a rough takeoff. It's just like scrapes the paint job on the way. Like, and she just kind of looks back and she goes, "Oops." we're
it's
setting
that
into
whole. It's the brand new ship, and she just and shears off the new paint on that one side.
Yeah.
Oh, Twinkle, I can't wait to tell you about this.
It's gonna take long.
This is when Nurk sends a message.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, Nurks is just like immediately like the fucking message to her, giving her all kinds of hell.
Same.
about
Oliver's like, there are dangerous chemicals on board. Do not wreck the ship already.
It's gonna take a little extra time. Yeah.
Hey, 10 days. Good to know.
It's gonna take 10 days. 10 days to get to the Marixa Republic while you guys are in drift at this point. But
Can I still text my boyfriend?
Yeah, but it'll
before
take.
they leave system, yeah. Before they leave system, yes, but once they leave system, no.
Well, it'll just take 10 or more days to get there.
How you want to respond?
Okay, do your text then while this is going on.
I did.
Okay.
So you like her? You think she's cute? How do you actually feel about like biological beings? We never actually talked about this. Anyway, love you, bye.
There's also the question of like, we're also talking. There's definitely that question of the interspecies thing. So,
I'm pretty sure that an android is adaptable.
They either have they have one gender or another, or no gender. It's I don't think it's a thing where they can change it after the fact, other than serums of sex shift, which that's everybody.
that.
So I think I want to jaunt over real quick to Shaba because there is stuff going on. So I think let me find her real quick because I can't remember the damn name. Mission is 8. Ah, there it is. So maybe you have managed to, like, you're back at Command 7 now. Like, you're just offloading off the transport. And you've got your crew kind of there with you, sort of like covered in soot and dust and snow and, whatever. And all kind of looking around. And High Despot Sarthis Wrathmaker is already there with a contingent of guards waiting. She kind of looks at you as you step off and she's like, report. What happened out there?
I had a traitor amongst my midst.
A traitor? We understand there's been a reign of terror going on there for weeks, for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it's been since you've been here.
Yeah, one of my crew decided that he was going to do unauthorized experimentation on the populace.
Oh.
Shit's already on
Unauthorized experimentation? What kind of unauthorized experimentation?
I don't know, he's a drug expert, but it didn't look good.
She's like, and the mercenaries?
Most are dead.
Well, those that are left over are certainly in the process of dying or being scattered by my men at the moment. But where did they come from?
I don't know, but you'll want to find a Merch Dishborg. Little plant creature. He's the one that's responsible for all of it. And he blew up my ship.
Well, that seems rather a bit much. How did he manage? Never mind. I'm certain there's an investigation you'll want to conduct revolving around that. In the meantime, you're free to take up some quarters here while you rest up. The people of Forget are going to resent the Vescarium's involvement. They come out here to get away from us. Not that I don't dislike them, but I do understand that's what they want. There is due to the continued reign of terror that went on that we'd been hearing about, there has been an approval for a humanitarian relief team, for a medical relief team, to build upon whatever you have managed to get started. I have troops there scouring for the mercenaries or any component parts. As for your ship, I may have a solution, but you're not going to like it, and it's going to take a great deal of work. She's like, and you'll owe me a favor.
We hate the favors.
She's like, but if you're interested, come with me.
I follow. I tell the others to go clean up.
Okay. And she has there's a cart waiting there and what have you. It's and there's a soldier in there ready to drive it. It's just the kind of thing that you use to cart people around like airports or spaceports or like bases and stuff. And they kind of drive along, and Wrathmaker makes conversation about like fight with Dishborg, and maybe asks you some questions about some of your famous battles. Against the Hell Knights in particular, which everybody in the Vescarium seems to out. Probably because they consider the Hell Knights worthy foes, and you fought them and lived, and even won.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, they did what? They won.
It's like, but she eventually brings you to like sort of the edge of the base, and as you like the doors open on the far side of the base, this is a part of the compound or part of the base you've never seen. There is a point where like looking across, there is a rather large ship. In fact, a destroyer class ship. And she looks at you and she says, "It crashed here about a year ago. There's not much left of it. It's going to take a great deal of work to get it operational, but the Vescarium is already the structural damage, between the structural damage, the salvaging, and the overall impact damage to all systems, you'll have your work cut out for you getting it operational. But I understand that the crew of the Fire Shrike excels in technical expertise such as this."
Still has its drift drive in it.
Yes, the core housing was cracked so badly that we considered it unsalvageable.
I'll see what my guys can do. This is going to be a challenge.
You're at some point in the future, I may ask your aid in a matter. Have you heard of the Legion of the Ruined Rain?
No. But I'm quite sure it's going to be an interesting story, you tell me.
Well, suffice this to say, they're malcontents. They've never been much more than mercenaries that didn't care for the overall hierarchy of the command, but they've been gaining a lot of traction. I understand they've been creating new friendships and scouting new territories. We're not exactly certain what they're up to, but let's just say the despot who has an inside track on this would have a great deal of political currency. I understand that the Vescarium is likely to approve your Patella's petition for sovereignty, and I'm certain, and it does not. After this incident, it's likely that there will be a vote to see if there is a sanction, much the way they did in the Pact World. Normally, I wouldn't have considered this to be something that would pass, but we'll keep a tight lid on this. If you'll keep an eye out for the Reign of Ruin Legion for me, and if they do happen to hatch anything dangerous, I hope I can help. I hope you can persuade Commodore Zai to bring the aid of Patella to external matters. And if not him, perhaps of your own volition. You seem to be You seem to have a knack for surviving things others don't.
Yeah. It's an interesting little knack. I think we can come to definitely an arrangement on this.
Yeah. But like essentially, she's basically trying to create political inroads with Patella through you, and it's pretty clear that's what she's doing.
Oh yeah.
Like your cultural experts on board already told you that, yeah, Vesk 7 and Vesk 8, their high despots are high despots, but they have lesser political power because they're so far out. Getting a relationship with an early relationship with Patella is obviously beneficial to them. Obviously
Yeah.
beneficial to her. So of course, Jabba doesn't quite know that Tarrant Kahan is also on a similar track with Zab.
Well, hey, they all got to get their inroads somewhere.
Right, you know. But yeah, you're looking at it. It does look like it's going to need a ton of work, and it's a good thing you do have people with skills in this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Although
So
there is that moment where you where you kind of miss Slef, because he would have made the job a lot easier and faster.
I miss my little black rat.
he, you can almost hear him the way he might have cursed and sputtered at the amount of work that would have gone into this and how much.
What a dog! Did you shit in this blue bird? You moron!
I hear Merch's background somewhere.
It's very low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day,
Shaba
one day
will
we really need to get AI on the ship and make it Slef.
Yes.
No, that's a bad idea. Danger,
Well-
Will Robinson. Danger.
Technically, it would just be an AI that sounded like Slef, not actually Slef.
Oh no, I will make the AI exactly like Sus.
You
And
tell
put
the
it in
ship.
charge of the weapons.
Yeah, you tell the ship, okay, fire just a small burst on their weapon system. Let's disable them. Firing thermonuclear missile. But in
Yeah.
Slef's
Oh,
voice.
okay, you want me to put him to bed? Hell yeah!
First of all, I want you to consider before you talk about putting Slefs in charge of the weapons, like the AI Slef. Remember, real Slef actually missed most of the time. He
That
just
is
set a
true.
lot of fires and created a lot of chaos.
That's why
Well, no,
Shaba
no.
will program its targeting system.
No. Slef needs to be the guy, the VI that helps the engineers keep everything organized. That's where you need to put Slef's voice. So put the fear of God into him again.
It's all over the engine room.
But yeah, you definitely have.
We got our work cut out for us. So yeah. Shaba will head back, clean up, gather up the crew, and bring them out. Whatever gear we got, and just look at him and say, "Let's get at her."
Yeah, I think Scramjet and probably would have. You want to work with that piece of shit? And then he thinks about what he just said, and he's like, and he goes, "Yeah, okay, it's doable." He's like, "Let's get to it," and like he kind of does that thing where he starts taking up the mantle, like, of, okay, I'll be the project coordinator, and Whistlefizz doesn't challenge him on it because Whistlefizz doesn't give a shit, and
Oh, right.
Rick-
I got a special job for you. You make sure the galley can make coffee, because I'm going to need it.
he kind of chuckles. He goes, well, if you're sure that's a priority." He's kind of,
Excuse
Right.
me. You
I'm
know
gonna-
damn well that's a priority.
No, I just look at Rec and said, my entire drug stash went up in flames. I'm going to be going cold turkey in about 12 hours.
Oh, we are fucked.
Okay.
Fuck, I forgot about
I
that.
need as much coffee as possible to try to counter that.
He goes,
Or I'm going to be
I
one
see,
mean bitch to all of you.
I see your point. And I think I think it's that thing where like if Ashira had made that top priority, he'd have never questioned it because he served with Shira to know long enough to know that that's how she deals with everything. Is coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A coffee and a don't bother me stare.
That's why we're best friends.
Yeah. There's yeah, but yeah, they kind of get to work. Quevelin for his part simply kind of looks at you and he goes and he's like and he kind of like thinks at you and he's like, we are losing time, and time is not a commodity with which we have to spend. And it was
I know.
like,
Wait, oh, fuck him.
This is the
he's
only
like,
thing that's going to get us off this planet.
Do you do you ever actually send the message to Zai in the hopes that we'll make it to him eventually?
Oh, what went down with merch? Oh yeah, that was sent a while
Well,
ago.
no, about the explosion of the ship.
It didn't
the
even
way it
cross our
stands.
mind.
Mm.
Well, for one, this is the first time she's been able to get to a communicator that can get a message off world. For two, it's going like since the explosion of the ship. Two, by the time that message gets gets close to the Conqueror's Forge, you'll be out of system.
Right, I know, but if it still gets sent, eventually it might get bounced to us.
No, eventually, maybe. I mean, it'll take a
You never
while,
know.
but yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mm.
like
And
you
she
guys are
shall
both
send
kind
it.
of yeah, but yeah. It'll
Actually,
um,
Shaba would know that she should send it both to the Conqueror's Forge and to Broken Rock, because she knows there's a decent chance that if I drop the diplomat off, I'm gonna stop there first.
That's true. Because that would be my first stop out of this place. Because
right.
I'll need crew.
Yeah, that's kind of the
Mm.
rally
Yeah,
point, isn't it?
Well, we are
yeah,
space pirates. It is the space pirate capital.
True. I mean, it's just funny
right.
that like the rally point isn't generally Planet Xi. It's like still the space pirate capital.
Why
Well,
not?
not only that, but we actually do have proof. No, wait, I don't know that yet. Damn it. No, wait, we do. We know that. What's his name? My Dro friend. I can't remember at the moment. Zerdin?
Zeridan. Yep.
Yes, I remembered. We know that Zerdin's sister was at least spotted in the Viscarium, correct?
Yeah, because loyalty did tell Shaba that she'd been on planet.
Okay, but that was when Shaba sent the first message that we have got.
I don't think she mentioned. No, I think she found out after that. Found
Okay.
out about that after
After
she
we
sent
found it.
that message. Yeah.
So
Well,
that'll be part of this message.
I do remember having a conversation with the head of the Bureau of
You he
Vest
sh-
about
she
her.
yeah. You did hear. Um. Well, you did hear about like. Yeah, because you told him to look out for.
Yes. And the reason I bring this up is that's another reason that we would stop in Broken Rock after the fact,
Right.
is because I have a reason to actually find my friend.
Right. And
Mm.
and I think at this point, like, maybe, I think maybe at this point, like, no, you did. It was part of that message too, but you had been informed that she had left planet, like
Mm.
before, like, because when Loyalty found out she was there, he talked to her, and then he went back and he talked to Shaba and told Shaba about it. But he told Shaba that he was pretty sure she'd left planet by that point.
Mm. Also, if I
He wasn't
could,
correct. He wasn't correct, but neither of you know that. But nobody knows that yet.
and that's all fine.
So,
Okay. And Loyalty, we need to get a hold of him. Not that I'm there.
well, Loyalty is Loyalty. Last you knew was still was looking for whatever he was looking for before in town, and Jerkazal, she had gone off hunting for merch when you guys went back to the ship.
Someone would probably suggest that you guys make a video to like blast out to like have everyone in the Vesk looking for merch anyway.
Right. Well, I mean, there's probably she just got done talking. Shaba just got done talking to one of the high despots. I'm pretty sure that's going to go out. APB.
That's good.
He's still going to evade capture because they've got too much of a he's got too much of a head start. I mean, I think he hit fucking drift as soon as he got out. As soon as he broke Atmo.
Yes.
So.
Did they ever go to
But,
Merch's old base?
well, they have
They even
not.
had an
They
opportunity.
have not. They have not. But we have established that like in the narrative, nobody knows this yet.
Yeah.
Nobody. None of the characters know this yet, but Nurse Jerkazal has
Yeah.
was there.
The end
She
credit
ran
scene.
into
Yeah, I remember.
because she
Mhm.
ran into to Jezza there, and I think fucking maybe there's like after you've been there, Shaba, for a few hours, like the a couple of soldiers uh, come back where find you wherever you're at. I would assume probably by the destroyer you guys are trying to fix. Um, and they have loyalty dash zero with them. Like this one says he knows you.
Yeah, I know him. It's okay.
Loyalty. Yeah, he kind of he kind of looks at the two of the Vesk as they sort of walk away. He just sighs. He goes, "That's what I was afraid of." He goes, or he actually probably didn't say something that. He goes, "I believe I have the answers I was looking for."
Oh, do tell.
The people I was looking for here, they're not here. They were eliminated. He's and he kind of looks angry for a sec. Looks annoyed and angry, and he goes, and he looks at the ship that the at the destroyer, and he sees like maybe Scramjet and Whistlefizz are working on like some of the hull working on the hull at the moment. He kind of looks over. And he goes, "What's this all about?"
You're looking at the new fire Shrike. That little radish top blew my ship up. This is what the Viscarium's giving me. I gotta try to make it fly.
Yeah, well, I think I know how he did it. Had a shapeshifter infiltrate. He says, the intel I came up with, detailed some of the mercenaries he was working with him. One of them was a shape changer. I'm guessing he probably took on the guise of somebody that was supposed to be on the ship, got on, planted a bomb, and left. Notice anything strange? Anybody there that wasn't supposed to be?
Did she notice anybody on the yard there?
Give me a wisdom check here. I get a wisdom check out of Shaba.
Just straight wisdom.
Yep.
Almost was
No.
17.
Almost was a 17. Yeah, almost, but not quite there. Yeah, you can't think of anything specifically.
Nothing in particular.
he's he's he kind of he kind of says, well, this, until I can speak with Commodore Zai, I don't know that there's much more insight I can offer. And then there's probably like a shimmering of like distortion wave like behind him, and you see Nurse Jerkdazal. She's not right behind him, but like several paces behind. Um, she knows not enough. She knows enough. I can get that close to fucking loyalty.
Loyalty.
And sneak up on him like that. The loyalty dash zero does have a reputation for being fairly dangerous.
Yes, it does.
And she kind of she goes, I might have an answer to at least a few questions.
And that might be.
She says, she looks at loyalty and she says, are you sure you wished for me to speak on this subject here? And looks meaningfully at loyalty. Loyalty kind of, yeah.
I actually trust loyalty. I might be the only one out of
Does-
the entire crew that does.
If you, as you wish then, I looked through his old base. I found it. I trailed back where he was operating out of a couple of different places. He had a he had a shuttle hidden. He had a backup plan to get out of here. That's where Merch went. There were other complications. It appears that whatever was going on with Merch was a cover-up for something else. I noticed a few bodies that had nothing to do with gang warfare, nothing to do with the fire strike, that did not die from drug overdoses or diseases that didn't add up. Bodies that didn't seem to have anything to do with anything going on, with anything to do with Merch. However, there was one commonality. Loyalty had been asking around about them days before they disappeared. Days before they were reported missing, anyway. Loyalty just kind of looks at her and goes, I don't really appreciate you following my footsteps. And he says, since we're getting some things out in the open here, have you ever heard the term Zemlothy, Captain Yon?
I've heard the word, but I'm not quite sure what it means.
I've been hearing it a lot lately, too. There were a lot of. As a matter of fact, I interviewed that half orc that Merch had on board after he recovered and left. Uh, seems he was more terrified of. Seems he was more terrified of some of the Zimlothi than he was of Birch. Did a little fact checking. Zimlothi is a house of net old one, real old, responsible for the toppling of a number of houses. Kind of bad news. Now we know that Murch is not a drow elf. What do you know about the Zimlothi? Nurse jerked us all.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, she just kind of looks at you and she goes, I'm not entirely certain I want to answer questions from you. I'm still trying to track down most of your past.
Get him, Shaba.
Yeah, Shaba, so you have two people who do not trust each other and both of whom have shady background have potentially shady backgrounds worthy of suspicion.
My type of crew.
I love that response.
I mean, it's legit though.
Yeah.
It's legit. It's just like the shadier the better.
Yeah, that's
You
pretty
can
much
always
our
sick them
mantra.
on each other.
Okay.
Well, if you're not going to answer it for him, answer it for me.
The Zimlothi are indeed an old house. She goes, I worked for them. And loyalty probably goes, so you're a Zimlothi agent. And and she kind of shrugs and she says, I worked for them.
But you don't anymore.
She says she kind of looks at you and actually this is a good place here for an opposed check here. So let me get you a quick roll a sense motive. 32 is your effective DC.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah. She shrugs. And she shrugs and says, "I used the correct grammar."
Well, I would love to stand here and talk all day, but there's a ship that needs to be fixed so we can get off this bloody rock. If you two care to help, it will just make things go quicker.
Let me see. I think she can. I think she's got the skills to do that.
Glass cell's
Yeah,
basically useless until you get your computers. Then it'll be helpful.
yeah. Nurse Jerkazal simply turns and walks over to help with the repairs. Loyalty simply just harumphs and it just sort of like stares after her. It sort of stares after her for and he says, it turns and looks at you and says, from what I understand, Zimlothi assassins are some of the best in the galaxy. If you're, if she's truly working for you, for you now, you have a powerful tool in your arsenal. However, if she's here because one of you is a target, well, let's hope that's not the case. Any any kind of
Yeah.
and yeah, he kind of wanders off to. Well, he's probably just going to go maintain his weapons. He's like,
Yeah.
uh, he could probably help, but right now he's kind of got other shit on his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and
Where
as they've walked away, I just sort of look in the general direction. Both of them's like, I hope there isn't an airlock breach in the near future.
Hmm.
I could use both of them.
um, yeah, and there's a there's a thing that you'll start noticing soon, like your exploits on Vest 7 have brought Shaba's profile up as a legendary captain, as a feared captain, just a bit to a notch higher. Um, so, yeah, they're and by extension, your crew kind of has become a little bit more notorious as well. And I think we'll jump away from that, where you guys are sort of at on Vest, 7, working on Destroyer, and we'll kind of jump back over real quick to the we'll jump back over. Are we making sure where we're at? We'll jump back over to the Blue Ember. So the Blue Ember, you guys are like, after watching the Tempest leave and quite possibly having a hearty laugh at Rulia, um, most likely
Definitely.
having a hearty laugh. Nurks probably face palmed when she watched her do that, and then sent the
Uh,
text,
yeah.
and then sent the message. Like, it's probably just like and mumbles something under her breath. But otherwise, she's like, "We ready to get underway, Captain?"
Yeah. Let's see. Mm, So yeah, straight to the Adari. Second start to the left and straight on till morning. Let's see how fast we can get there.
Nurks, by complete and total opposite, does a very graceful job of moving this rather large ship out of dock, and
Riker would be proud.
yeah, and hits the let's see, so and hits initiates the drift drive, and it will take you guys. Oh, you guys will get there in a day. Like, she manages to cut through the drift drive somehow.
Hey,
Like,
how's that for calling a shot?
yeah, she's just like, Nurks is like, this will be no problem. We got this. And fucking takes a drink, like big long chug, gracefully moves you away from, and then heads right off into the drift. And maybe we get like the drift open, like the shimmer and open, and the blue ember pass through. And it only takes you guys a day to get back to the packed worlds. And it'll take you, you know, another. Whoa, what am I doing?
I don't know. What are
Oops.
you doing?
It'll take another 6 days in system travel.
Okay, so you know how we normally have our sign on the side that's like not the actual name of the ship? Right now it just
Right.
says not a pirate ship.
Great. Great.
Well, you're currently on diplomatic immunity anyway,
That's
so
why it's funny.
yeah. But you
Mm.
managed to get to the Adari. It's a few days travel and drift.
Right. How
You get
many
to
how many days of this 6 before we get an escort?
no, you probably get an escort on the you probably get an escort almost as soon as you enter the packed worlds. Like there it's
That's what I was asking.
maybe a day at most before
Mm.
um first first and you probably it's a thing where different defense forces hand you off to another escort as you go through. Like Octurne doesn't have its own defense force, but as you go
Well, yeah,
through each planet that you're closest to, sort of
it,
escorts you as far as you can.
it's only funny because we let them know that we were coming. I mean, I'm not
Right,
afraid. We're not trying to be sneaky,
The
and
great
it's kind of
right.
fun.
Zai is coming.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no. The great Captain Zai has returned to Allied airspace. God damn.
Mm.
Well, not allied, but
Well, you know
diplomatic
what I mean.
immunity. So
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
they
Allied is in
technically the
Pact World.
technically the pact worlds have sanctioned Patella. They've recognized sovereignty, but they're like, we won't do business with you, and we won't do business in it with anybody that does business with you. We're gonna put
Dang.
Fuck them.
we're gonna put soft political pressure on you guys because
Right.
you got they're they're still pissed that you guys did an end run around your getting charged and put in prison for your crimes.
Mm. Whenever anyone brings that up to Zai, he's like, you know that Goblin pop song, "I Got Friends in Low Places." Um, yeah.
uh,
So we don't worry about that on Planet Patella.
the
Hell yeah.
but yeah,
I have friends that are devils and demons. At
but
least devils.
you get
Friends that are
into
devils. Excuse me.
you you
Well,
uh
yeah, you
you,
do.
you manage to get to the Adari,
Good.
and the docking and everything goes relatively smoothly.
All right.
The
So
and
on the
the
third day, we start practicing for the ceremony that will, of course, have to happen.
On the,
Oh, right on, right on.
on the
Yeah,
third
so
day,
you
Zai
can go,
rose again.
so you
Yeah. Oh
can
my
go
god. Here we go.
Mhm.
the ceremony that you have to perform to go visit the
Yeah.
library with your
Yeah.
yeah
I brought back
for like
your
New Year's parade.
guy. Yeah.
Uh, there is a your aunt is among those who meet you, and when the ambassador gets off, she's like, "What have you learned?" And he's like, "Not good. The Vesperium themselves have no direct connection, but there seem to be other players involved. I'm afraid," he says, "we'll have to carry this conversation on more private. But needless to say, I believe the scimitars of the Sanguine are making friends regardless."
Yeah. Illuminati.
And
Mm.
yeah, and maybe there's that bit where they're like your aunt doesn't have a whole lot for you at this point. You receive your 50, what was it, 30,000 credits for the
50,000
job?
credits, sir.
Trying to stiff
Your
ya.
50,000, your well, I couldn't remember if it was 50 or 30 because I know
Uh,
the ones in Veskarium were 50,000, but I seem to remember something about 30,000. And I thought this was that.
okay.
Anyway,
Does anyone
but you
besides
get
the
paid.
captain remember 50,000?
Let me look at my notes.
Okay. If Mike also believes, oh, and she's got notes. See if it's in your notes. Oh, and Scott raised his hand. So that's at least 3 votes. So 50 grand. You have to make it official, Justin.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say it. It's fine.
Okay. And how
Um,
many people are there?
well, think about who your standard crew is
Right. I
on
have
the Blue
notes
Emperor.
too. Shame on me.
Yeah,
Captain, I
yeah, I
believe
was gonna
that
say.
this constitutes a successful mission.
But
Do you want a bonus, sir? What
No,
were you thinking?
no, just my flat rate of 5,000.
Oh, okay.
but the
If you think about it, unless we get in combat, Burnward kind of gets screwed on every mission. But that's kind of how I designed him, because when he gets in combat, he's gonna fuck shit up.
the but you guys are on the Adari, and Zai is kind of tied up with official business here. They do because he's got like ceremonies to go through to go visit, the shadow of Nahir. They
Oh
say
yeah,
yes, you can go shopping,
and
and
Okay.
Burnward is going to be like tied to Captain's hip. Like he's
okay,
basically gonna be like, "Hey, like this is free of charge. This was just a big lick, and we just got a really like good payout. Uh, I want to make sure that you don't die because you are going to consistently pay out."
right. And I think, do
3.
you have like, first of all, do you have
Um,
anybody else you take with you on this? Because like for one thing, Lady Sunnet, since she's offered up as sort of a personal like agent, would would probably like follow you, like accompany you if you wanted her to, but probably stay on the ship if you told her to or whatever.
Arbor,
okay,
So
so
can you hear me?
yeah, so well,
Okay.
sort of.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Mike,
She can
go
go.
ahead and oh, sorry.
I don't know who we're talking to. I'm sorry.
Right. So it's first of all, it's Lady. I was asking Zai if he wanted Lady Sonnet to accompany him or just stay on
You're
the ship.
talking about on the Adari?
Yeah, whether you want
Okay,
her to come with
so
you on the Adari or whether you want her to stay on the Blue Ember.
Tixpit actually had 4 days of training. I started him early.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Tixpit is always coming because Tixpit is my shadow. And then
Hmm.
any PCs that want to come also had to do training with Zai because
Yep.
you get to wear nice clothes and, say stuff that you can't say in Kasathan unless you speak Kasathan. Some of you do, some of you don't. It's okay. It's not a requirement.
But
Burnward
that's
plays
only
as
if
much
you're
of.
going.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's
and
only if you're going to the actual like ritual that Zai is.
Yeah, Burnward's
Shopping
gonna
requires
wait.
no extras.
Burnward's gonna wait outside the door. He's playing as much of the silent partner as he can. Like he learned what he needs to learn, but he's staying like armed and armored to the best of his ability, whatever they'll allow him to.
And Vese, you're like they probably won't allow you to have a lot. They'll allow you to have
Sure.
some because
I'll,
you
I'll
are
bring my
held. You
sword. Like my
as
sword and
far as
shield
your
are non-negotiable because those are a status of my post. That's how he'll argue it.
well, and Kasathans respect like close combat,
Yeah.
melee combat. So I feel like they would look at that as sort of a ceremonial thing you
Yeah.
should have.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds
and
good.
do you have glamour on your stuff?
Uh, it is power armor, so I cannot glamour it. So I'm probably going in like just street clothes. Well,
I was
nice,
gonna say, yeah, they
like nice
probably won't
military
allow you to.
uniform.
Yeah, they're not going to consider power armor to be an honorable
All
like
right.
thing to carry.
No, no,
They're
of course, of
Let's
course.
they're
can't you
um,
wear regular armor or light armor and get into your power armor? Isn't that how that works? But your power armor subsedes your regular armor.
Supersedes it. I don't know
Yeah,
actually if that's a
thank you.
thing. I'll have to look that
I
up.
think that yeah,
Okay,
but
I'll
I
look it
think
up. But anyway, we'll work on that later. That's fine. You can have street clothes.
Yeah.
Vesa wanted to go shopping. Ashira, what
Oh,
are
and
you gonna
yeah,
do here?
Oh, if
You
they're
like
shopping, I want to find the weird store.
I was gonna
Let's be
say
real.
it's gonna be
I'm
okay.
hard
gonna
to find a
grab
weird
you
store
and be
here.
like, I'm gonna grab
Oh,
Ashira and be like, come on, bitch, let's go shopping.
Oh
Where's
my
that
god.
fucking goblin? She's coming too.
Oh my
Get the
god.
goblin.
Get the goblin.
Are
she'll
you drunk?
behave. It'll be fine.
That's fine. I don't even
Everyone
care if she
gets
does or not.
4,500 credits as they walk out of the ship.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So the
Dad.
And then Shaba, yours will be put into, a box until you show up to get it. But you should still write it down.
Yes, I'm writing it down now.
Okay.
And I need to.
And Burnward,
Temp
go
it.
ahead and just take the other 500, and that'll be where the ship paid you.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So
Works for me.
I think while you're out shopping, like, and Nurx probably looks at you and she's like, and Nurx is probably already out the airlock at this point. Like she's just like she she loves a pilot and stuff, but she's also a daredevil and her own right, and she's probably like looking forward to get stretching her legs and shit.
Yes, I
Um,
text her because I have other things to do. But if she goes to the red district, that there's a vendor there that should have blue fruit for her to buy.
right. um, However, there is. I mean, I'm looking something up here quick. There we are.
Oh, and
Well,
Vesa, you get a text from Captain Zai that says recruit.
and
Recruit what?
while
Just
you get,
recruit?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
try to find some more unfulfilled. There might be more now.
Oh, yeah. Sure, totally.
I guess it
Yeah.
depends
my
on how the
So,
unfulfilled tell stories while they're here.
um,
Mm.
there's and I think while you guys are out shopping, Vesa, Ashira, you guys managed to go find like a vendor from Offworld. He's got kind of like a temporary stand in the market, and he's got a like, well, it's not a stand. It's like a small building that's rent out, like can be rented out. They have for people who are coming here to do business and what have you. And he's just got uh, it's um it's simply labeled Baragors. Um, but and there's a dwarf, and there is a dwarf behind the counter. And Shira, you're looking around, and there's a bunch of different weird fucking like knick-knack things that you could pick up. Like there's maybe a couple of like, and there's maybe a couple of games that you haven't that have been out of like publication for a couple of years you haven't seen in a while. Um, and there's like a few, like there's different artwork from different cultures and stuff, and what have you. Vesa, as you guys are kind of walking around, like you're walking by the you're walking by like the sort of like window display, and there seems to be like um several like it looks like it's a place where they keep animals, and inside there is this little purple and green like creature. He's sort of really tiny. He's about like maybe 2.5 feet tall, and he's got resembles a swine of some sort, but he's got like spiked ridges on his back like a dinosaur, and
The
just these
fuck?
big wide eyes, and he kind of like, and as you're walking by, he kind of runs over to like the glass and like bangs it, like smacks his face into into the window, knocking himself down, and then gets back up and sits in a position for a minute and looks up at you with these just big wide saucer eyes for a minute.
Uh, I'll be right back, you guys. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna go in
19,000
there.
credits.
I think
Is
the
it
dwarven
8,000 fucking credits? I'm not
no,
buying
it's
it. I'm just
not.
kidding.
Steal it.
There's a dwarf. The dwarf sees you looking. He goes, "It's a sorry swine, part saurian, part pig. I don't know where exactly they come from, but you know, eh, you see them around sometimes. If you're
Ooh,
interested, he's
yeah.
500 credits."
Oh, I'm interested. But first, I have some questions. One, how do I
Okay.
take care of it? Two, what do they do? What they eat? What do they eat? What's his sleeping schedule? Is he nocturnal? Is he not nocturnal? I mean, are they super friendly? Are they not super friendly? He looks really fucking cute. Can I hold him real quick? Can I
He
hold
gonna
him?
work on her like a sedative? Cause
Like,
she's a
yeah,
little.
I'm sure you're in the store seeing this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm watching. I
Yeah,
said that out loud.
yeah. Uh, it's like he's like, Well, they seem to eat most things that most normal animals eat, like vegetation matter. And I've been feeding it fruits and vegetables that I've been able to pick up here and there. I haven't had him long. Got him on trade a couple of weeks ago on Absalom Station. Guy said he'd been out flying in the outer territories. They're out in the vast somewhere. He says appears to be mostly nocturnal, although, the activity of customers seems to keep him awake in the day.
Okay. I'm. Can I pick him up? Can I pick him up? Can I pick him up?
He's like, he's like, yeah, he's like, he just kind of looks at you like fucking, kind of looks at you and like starts shaking excitedly. Like he's got a small tail, but like he's sort of because of the way he's built, it's not like he shakes his tail without shaking most of his body. Okay,
Oh, oh, you're so cute. Shira, look at
500
this thing.
credits.
I see it.
hmm and I'm gonna put it up to my face, and I'm gonna be like, "Look at how fucking cute this thing is."
Hey, Amy,
I don't even know what you are. Yeah.
you should stand up and show it.
Oh, right. He
Yeah,
looks
you
like
can
this.
hold him.
I'm holding his baby, and I'm like,
Ladies and
"Look at
gentlemen,
this
as you watch
adorable
right
fucking
now,
baby."
this adorable baby is available at T Public.
Big
If
facts.
you
And I mean, obviously, I made the merch, so I'm gonna buy him.
Yeah.
right,
Mhm.
So I've only been waiting like 2 weeks for this. Okay, so I'm like, okay, yeah, totally. Yeah, great, cool, excellent. Do you have like a leash? Does he go on a leash? Can you even fit a leash around this neck? Maybe he needs a harness. Do you have
he's like,
harnesses?
You'd
he's
probably
like,
want a
he
harness.
looks,
It's probably going to be less invasive on the spikes.
yeah, he kind of
Right,
looks
right. I
around.
need a harness.
Yeah, he kind of looks around. He's like, I don't think I have one that's built specifically for him. Probably be a bit uncomfortable, but this was built for a creature roughly around the same size. You're gonna want to get something a little bit better. I'll throw it in for nothing. I don't think I can. He's like, I don't think I can sell this thing anyway. He goes, and he kind of hands it to you.
Uh, Sold, sir. I shall take him. Him? Is it a him? It's a him, right?
It can be whatever direction or gender you want. The dwarf was referring to it as a him because he doesn't know. Bothered to check.
Oh, gotcha.
I
Okay,
didn't
well,
turn
I'm
him
gonna
over to
like do
see
a
if he
quick
had
like
anything.
I'm gonna do a quick. It's a him. Okay, great. What's your name? Your name's Pork Chop. I already picked it. Okay,
Pork chop.
What's your name?
Nerd.
Doesn't matter.
I already did. I love you so much. Do you speak? You speak?
It does not speak. It just it looks at you and it makes a few noises that are somewhere between a grunt and like a growl and what have you. But
If
Oh
that thing
yeah,
walks in
you're
the
the
room and
best.
asks me how my coffee is, it's gonna die.
Oh, Scoopy.
Do
it's
not speak
the
English to
I don't
me.
know.
You're a pig.
Oh,
Just little pigs.
it's
They're just little pigs.
yeah, he didn't have that much intelligence. He's
Thank God,
That's
Yeah.
because
okay.
Shira, that would scare me. Okay.
Asa,
for-
For 10 grand, we can give him an MK2 upgrade and increase his intelligence by 4.
Oh God,
I
doesn't-
mean,
Vesa, and I'm
It's
looking
Why
at
can't
her.
we cyber out our
first
pets?
of all, first of all, because
I
they
know.
don't have actual ability scores, they have ability score adjustments for their two primary abilities. So
I know,
that's the way
man.
that.
I know.
Oh, okay. I'm fine then.
it's fine. So I'm gonna pass off my credits. I'm gonna work out this harness situation. I'm gonna cuddle him and tell him how much I love him, and I promise to take care of him as I remember he is around.
Wakes
And
up, he ate her ear.
you know, and
I
say
think
what?
I said you wake up and he's eating your ear.
I mean,
well,
if
Well,
it's
at
love
least your
bites, I'm
boots.
fine with it.
well, I think he
Probably.
I think at one, like at least once or twice, he jumps down and runs around. And you have to chase him down and grab him while you're
Right,
trying to
right.
put the collar on him because
Totally.
he's been hemmed up in a fairly small area. And
Mm.
he's
Right.
like
Well, listen,
gallivanting
little
around.
man, you're about to have the whole world ahead of you. Want to see the stars?
Oh boy.
He just like snorts and looks at you. He
Oh
just
my
snorts and
god.
looks at you like
I'm
what?
gonna I'm gonna Paris Hilton this pig so bad, you guys. We just
Okay,
carry it around with me
nope,
everywhere I
nope,
fucking
nope,
go.
nope. I need you to think about what you just said. I need you
I
to stop
did.
and think. And when you said I'm gonna Paris Hilton you, motherfucking everybody went to the sex tape. I need you to redo your sentence.
Oh no, I went
Well,
to
No,
I
the
went to
little
that's
something
not
pig.
where
No,
I
else.
I
went.
didn't. I
Everybody
went
in my mind
completely
went to
different
the
direction.
sex tape. I really
Wow,
need you to change the sentence.
wow, Purple, that's pretty
Apparently,
fucking just
Oh,
dumpster
Listen, I'm
minded
a
of you.
morbid
wait,
bitch,
hold on.
okay?
Hold on. I'd just like to say that the last couple of times we've had a misunderstanding like this, it has been Codex.
I need
Uh-huh.
you guys to take one for the team and go, yeah, she's right.
Mm.
Okay, well, fine. Whatever.
Not.
So I get the hearts on this little sweet baby pig thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. Where else do you want to go? Let's go shopping. I wonder if pigs. It doesn't matter. We're gonna just walk in like we own the fucking place. Walk out with a pig on a leash. I'm so fucking
Oh my lord.
uh,
Uh,
so
excited.
I want to
Look at
kind
those eyes. Look at that
of.
sweet baby. Tell me you would not love him. Look at that little doofy tail. Oh
Oh
my
boy.
god, he's my favorite thing I've ever made in my life. I love him.
mm.
And I want to switch over to the Tempest really quickly here as we're.
I just can't. I don't know what's happening.
Meanwhile, as Xander considers how he messed up with his girlfriend.
Oh
Xander,
shit, you get to meet your dad. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Sending
Xander,
pictures 3 months from now, you'll get them.
Oh boy.
Xander, you and Oliver, you guys have the Tempest has finally made it to the Marixa Republic. And as you're kind of getting in, like flying in, and Twinkle is still a little sick. You do get like escorted to the capital. You're at Marixa proper, and like flying down to land. Having come back to the Republic, there's a few things going on here. You guys are here to do some research and to try to figure out what's going on. You have a couple of potential contacts that you have here. You have one Tomic Frickson that Vesa has, prepared a sort of leather message of introduction of the Paper Leaf Tea Trading Company, and you also have a scholar that you know as well here. I forget what the scholar's name is. Actually, I have it written down, and it's on a piece of note, and it's in one of my notebooks, and I gotta find it real quick. Because that was not it. To-do-to-do. Thought I knew where
Why
the
does
notebook
that first
was.
name sound familiar to my brain?
What was the first name?
Thomas Frickson? Something?
It's not Thomas, but Tomic. Sorry, I
Tommy.
mispronounced
That's a
it.
C. Okay.
Tomic Frickson.
Why does that name
And
sound familiar? Oh, now I remember. Okay, never mind.
and your contact at the who is the Sundarata University of Arts is one Salson Thillis. She's an elf,
I probably butchered that name.
and
Apologize.
she's kind of the dean. but these are the two. But these are the two um, contact names that you have here.
I feel like
Okay, so Xander is going to the university. Not too
All
sure
right.
about the other one, but being that they're both in the same line of intellectual capabilities, that would be Xander's direction that he would go to first.
same.
All right. All right. So you guys get landed and what have you, and the customs walks in, and they have somebody with them that doesn't appear to be like one of the normal, like because they defer to him differently, dressed a little differently. He's a drow elf, a drow elf, and he introduces himself to you. Is it like, hey? He's like, first of all, he walks in. He's like, which one of you is the captain here?
I look to the
He's
one
not
that's
feeling so well.
yeah. I'll let
All
you
right.
know.
Which one of you is the first officer?
Xander.
Sure,
Going to
let's
say
go with it.
that guy's been in charge.
Yeah, I was like, you
He's
know more
like,
about everything than I do, so I had to defer to you.
"Mm, what exactly? He says, my name is, I am Special Agent Ristal Methel. And he extends his hand. You are?
Xander, hi.
He's like, all right, I know this is a bit unusual, but the Special Tasks Division is, uh, well, let's just say we've been keeping a close eye monitoring traffic in and out. There's been, we've been finding we've been having a problem with spies lately. May we see your manifest?
Uh, sure. I'm not sure. I think it's under that. Yeah, there you go.
He's like, and he kind of like nods to the rest of the agents, and he says, "I'm sure this won't take long. We have a couple of fugitives we're looking for, and a couple of potential spies. We're looking to make sure we have nobody has any particular. Well, we're looking for surveillance equipment, contraband, those sorts of things. What exactly is your business here?"
I have research that I need to accomplish at the university here, the Sindar University. I know someone over there that I'm gonna go talk to, but there's other research into a particular field of study that I'm currently undergoing that I need to accomplish at the university.
Diplomacy check.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Give me a diplomacy here.
You got this.
The bear stays quiet because he has a one.
Yeah. Ooh, you got expertise. Roll that d6, baby.
Mm-hmm.
The bear literally has a one in diplomacy. He's not diplomatic.
It's 1d6, right?
Yep. It's a
Uh,
1d6 for you. I think it's a 1d6
Plus what?
plus two. I think should be under your envoy on proposition, not on proposition, but
what level of envoy are you?
expertise. So 4. That's 25. And he's
Good.
like, "Oh, scholar, are you?" He goes, "You been out?" Says, "Where are you coming from? Coming from the San Sorgus? From San Sorgus? You coming from? Where are you coming from? Kismata? Or where are you coming from? Tekik?"
You were on in the Vescarium.
We picked up the. I think it was a Vescarian somewhere in there. Uh, can't
He's like,
remember the exact planet, but yeah, somewhere in the Vescarian, I believe.
oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were coming back from an archaeological expedition. Um, that would just be my misunderstanding of the situation here." He goes,
We got
If you're,
this new ship that we had to pick up, so
he says, first of all, let me explain a couple of things. And you're allowed to carry a small arm and a small melee weapon, but nothing bigger than that. No grenades, no surveillance equipment. Other than that, he says you should be able to find a full list of the customs procedures and legal expectations in this material right here, and he hands you a data pad full of the material and whatnot.
yeah, quickly skim over just the highlighted points at this point. I'll further read over it perfectly later in spare time.
Most of it, most of it appears to be the same kinds of stuff that you'd find in regulations going into the packed worlds. With the exception of whereas the pack worlds are a patchwork where they handle like laws concerning personal weapons and stuff like that, depending on the situation in the political environment. These people have theirs written in. Not certain because you haven't spent a lot of time here, whether this is a political thing or whether it's a normal thing. Especially being that you don't, up until recently, you haven't normally found yourself carrying and heavy weapons and things. Eventually, the agents come back like, "Sir, found some contraband," and Oliver, they bring the one of them is holding like a container, a sterile container with like the Voost inhaler you have uh, in it. It's like Agent Meffel looks at it and goes, "Voost? Really? With a ship this nice, you're smuggling Voost? Pretty
Yes,
low end stuff there."
more of a what's memorabilia? What's it called when you have something that
Souvenir.
yeah, more of a souvenir of a past that I had an encounter with people that were taking it.
A souvenir of running into drug addicts.
I nearly
And he kind
died.
of and you and he kind of shakes his head. He says, "Well, be that as it may," he says, we could charge you for this paraphernalia."
If you wish to keep it, you may.
He's
Honestly,
like,
forgot I had it for a while there.
he kind of looks at it. He looks at it. He says, "We'll just keep this." He says, "We'll just keep this and dispose of it for you, and I'll let you off with a warning this time. Mm, And I'll make sure, just to make sure we're clear, there's a list of medicinal and narcotic substances that are illegal. You'll find them in the information. Don't let us care. Don't bring any of them off of your ship. If you don't bring any of these sorts of things off of your ship while you're in the Marixa Republic. If
Of
you do, the
course.
local authorities will be taking care of it. I'm not really here looking for drugs. I'm here looking for spies and surveillance."
I wouldn't dream of it.
And it's like, there is he says, "Enjoy your stay here if you enjoy your stay here in the Marixa Republic. We are the fastest growing nation in the galaxy." Says, "I think you'll be rather impressed with our culture and art. You might want to check out the museums." And he says, "And when your captain gets to feeling well, have him call this number. We just want to make sure that we're keeping touch with your crew, with you and your crew."
Of course. He is under quarantine right now.
Yeah, he hands you like a number, like a card or what have you, because this is sci-fi. It's not like a business card as we think of it. It's super sci-fi, made of science fiction, made of sci-fi material alloys and materials with holographic images running across it, easily scannable in
If
several
it's
locations.
really like sci, I'm just saying it's got bad CGI.
um, but yeah, there's that, and he kind of says, "Make sure you keep your papers on you and in order." And he says, "There's, like I say, we wouldn't want anyone to get mixed up as to your general purpose and intent here." And he kind of narrows his eyes for a second and hands you the card. He says, "You have a good day," and he, kind of motions to his people, and they kind of, take their leave.
I like to think that Oliver starts walking, pauses for a moment, reaches into his like coat pocket, pulls out the exact same vial, looks at it for a moment. It's like, huh. And then it just liquefies, and he just shoves it back into his pocket. It was a little gel
Nice.
thing that forms into a little puddle. Like, I thought I brought the right one.
Yeah, and there's but yeah, you have it doesn't take you, what vehicles are on what ships, by the way? I don't remember if you guys, like, transferred any vehicles to the Tempest or not.
Good question.
What vehicles are
There are
actually on
blister
the original
packs.
Fire Shrike?
You might be walking.
Well, you can pay for transport.
Or yeah, probably paying for transport.
What are those called?
With the blister packs? The,
Yeah, the motorcycle fucking because they store better.
I can't remember
Can a
what they're called.
motorcycle carry a bear?
Even if
Exactly.
a tricycle can.
Amen. Amen, sucker.
Amen, Mars.
Amen. That was exactly what I was about to say.
That's true.
So, yes, I'm going to say that if a bear can ride a fucking bicycle, tricycle, or unicycle, that it should be able to handle with thumbs because, Oliver does have thumbs.
Yeah, no,
Does.
A motorcycle.
there's no racial restriction for uplifted bears to ride
Yeah,
motorcycles.
no, it's
Right.
always fun to think of a large bear just on this like humanoid bicycle. Just
Right.
comic
I mean, honestly, if you're going to ride a motorcycle, I kind of want your motorcycle outfit to include a pink tutu, but I'm not there.
Let's not.
2TMC, yeah.
I want his motorcycle outfit to be the Kill Bill outfit.
A bear in
Uh,
skin tight yellow and
I've-
black stripes.
You can actually make
That's
that on
terrible.
Tekken, so it's hilarious.
It's terrible.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you found those in the areas where you found those. But I was just trying to figure out if because I thought you guys put like the police car over there, the police cruiser or whatever over there.
Say,
You can also buy a vehicle too, so to put on there if you want.
that's also true. Or you could make one.
I think at this point we should just use public transportation to get to our destination, and then once Captain's feeling better,
Well, since you're currently pretending that you're a science team, it makes sense that you would use public transportation.
True.
yeah,
Scientists are poor, y'all.
Or like rent a van, maybe.
A big white van without windows.
Oh boy.
Ashera.
With a giant satellite on top.
Now
Mhm.
we're surveillance
Right.
So
spies. Although I am a
you
walking
can
be a
spy.
band then. It'd have to
you
be a
can
band then. A little buzz on the side.
Mm.
Buzz cola.
Little
well
hatchet
you
man in
can.
the left
Yes.
corner.
Oh my god.
No, no.
Hey, you don't
And
tell me no.
I do too. I just did.
You can't say that to God.
There
Uh,
is
the I think it's
Mind
going to
you.
cost you it'll cost you a credit each on train, or it'll cost you 10 credits on a robo taxi. 10 credit 10 credits each.
Xander, you're gonna have to cover me. I literally have no money.
That's all right. I can. Yeah, we'll just do the 20 credits to get the robot to drive around because they're friendly little people. They got it.
All right. So you get to the university, and it takes a bit to get a meeting. Like, the dean has a very busy woman, but eventually you do manage to get in to see her. And Salson Thillis, um, Dean Thillis is kind of like, when you come in, she's wearing like her she's wearing a very like smart like outfit. You know, she's dressed well, and it's kind of like you come in and she goes, "Ah, Xander, I thought you'd be back in the Pact Worlds by now."
Yeah, well, that was the original plan, but a couple things kind of threw a wrench into the original plan. So, um, my studies have shifted from the previous implementation of research to a
Oh,
different area that I got to focus on.
sorry, I just realized it's fucking 11 o'clock already.
All right, we'll wrap it up here in a minute. The
Fine.
she's like, you're she's like, and what area of research would that be?
Well, I'm looking for a code for a specific device. Um, it's a code to be able to properly utilize a cipher device, and kind of shows her a little part of the note, not all the notes, but you know, a minute amount of like, see, we have this device, we need to find the code. We were told this area might have where that could be. And we're trying to figure out where to go to find that code, what research to locate.
She kind of looks at it for a minute and she goes, "Well, I don't know what to make heads or tails of, but the writing does look familiar. There's there are a few books in the there are a few books in the reference library that I remember seeing having some of this writing. However, there has been um, I'm afraid the library is down for renovations right now, closed to the public, as it were. The student body and the faculty only have limited access at this point. Myself and only a few tenured professors are allowed in, and we only go in there simply for maintenance purposes on some of the more exotic, high maintenance artifacts that are stored there.
Well, I mean, is there a chance you can grant me access there for, 30 minutes to an hour to get what I need to? I mean, this particular item is volatilely important that we get the information about it as soon as possible. We kind of need to have access to that, please.
Give me a
Diplomacy check.
diplomacy check. Yep. Okay, go ahead and roll your expertise dice on. Nice. I think she kind of looks at it. She kind of thinks about it for a minute and she goes, "It'll take some time, and I'll have to make some arrangements. Let me talk to the let me talk to the board, and let me talk to the contractors that are doing the work, see if there's anything we can do. In the meantime, she's like, in the meantime, I'd love to catch up and find out more about find out more about you what this project you're working on. Are you free for dinner?
Well, sure.
And
As far as I know, I don't think I.
and
Yeah, I wasn't planning on anything tonight.
and I think she kind of looks over at Oliver. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I am so rude. I'm." She says, "I am Salson Phyllis, dean of the university, and you are." She's looking at Oliver.
Yeah, he reaches out a paw. He's like Oliver Byrne, uh, exceptional biotechnician. Traveled with family.
Biotechnician. And she's like, have you heard? Have you read anything about Doctor Anaris's new proposed procedure on cellular restructuring?
Can I say I have?
Yeah, sure.
Of course. It's preposterous. There's simpler ways to go about it.
And she's like, I thought so too, but there are some notes, some things about his proposed theory that make sense. She's like, uh, she's like, I'd love to have a more in-depth conversation. Why don't you join us for dinner as well?
That would be splendid.
Yeah. And she's like, she's Xander, you have her contact information. She's like, excellent. She says, I'll send you the. She says, I'll send you the details. I'll send you the details later. Uh, I have a meeting here soon. I should probably see if I can't get a hold of a few board members. See if I can't rush this request through.
Splendid.
Sounds good. Just let us know. Send us that thing for the dinner and let us know about the other thing when what you hear and
Oh,
what.
all right. Cool, cool. And I think this is probably the point where we sort of like leave off. Maybe like our last scene is like a split screen of Xander and Oliver sort of returning to the ship. They're, you know, another 20 credits or 2 credits, depending on whether you go by train or by robo taxi. And then there's, the shot of like um, Vesa and Ashira walking through the marketplace in the Adari with her new with Vesa's new pet, um, and like a shot of like Captain Zai performing his rituals like with Burnward outside of the door, and Shaba watching her crew as they sort of like go in and out of this destroyer trying to patch things back together. And I think that's our last scene. And everybody send me your Player's Choice Awards, and let's get sign off started.
Hi, I'm Captain Zai, and I'm going first tonight because Ashira needs to go to bed. And
Yep.
so I played Captain Zai tonight. I'm 6'4". I'm a Kasathan, and I got forearms and kind of look like Goro. Uh, Sometimes I play in the bitter ends as Lemmy Popstar, a guy who last time we played just surfed a day away and drank beers because everybody else had to do real work to get money. And that's the bonus of being a
Yeah.
rock god in the apocalypse. And
Wonderful.
that's kind of fun too. I have a lot of fun in both games. In fact, I love these guys. I have a lot of fun with all of them. My friend Purple Codex sells t-shirts at tpublic.com. My friend Amy Gedden also sells t-shirts at tpublic.com. They both have some pretty wicked stuff and some pretty cool stuff and more stuff. In fact, Pork Chop, as you can see if you're watching, is on Amy right now, and you can get your own pork chop in a wide variety of colors because that's what TeePublic does. And this epic commercial was brought to you by me and whoever else is going to do the second half.
Purple Codex, Amy Geddon. Have you ever wanted to know what ethics look like? Well, you're going to the wrong place, motherfucker! Yeah,
Oh my god.
we talking about epic.
Oh my god.
We ain't talking about ethics.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, you want to know what a Nike sweatshop looks like? Well, you might get a little
No.
bit close to that lack of ethics if you buy Purple
Oh my
Codex and
God.
Amy Geddon merch. Down!
Oh shit!
Remember,
And we're
that was
canceled.
Amy Geddon and Purple Codex, the hottest shit to float to the top of the bathtub.
Hell yeah!
Let him save that for his own sign off.
Sorry, my bad. All right, and on to Purple Codex, who's laughing in the background.
I can't. Oh god. My eyes are watering.
Good.
Jesus Christ. Hi, I'm purple. Obviously, you know that. I am still only streaming on Mondays because I now have a 2 to 11 schedule, which blows. But at least it's a set schedule. I hope they keep it that way. But yeah, yeah, I don't have anything. Thank you for watching. I play as Shira, and I have a different personality every time, it seems. I might want to get that checked.
That's why we love you.
It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's,
Hashtag bring back evil Ashira.
Oh God, no.
You-
Also, I'm tired of shit right now, so I can't think of anything. But thank you for the commercial. That one actually made me cry. I was laughing so
Hell
hard.
yeah.
Good.
I
Oh.
aim to please and to accurately represent merch from you guys.
God,
Stop.
fucking wow.
Uh,
Also,
Okay,
can
so
we look into making the pig plushie?
I
Oh my god,
actually
I'm
was
actually looking
talking
into
to.
that right now.
I told Amy that there were squeaky pigs at Walmart that she could mod into a dinosaur pig for sure.
Yes, but I also really do want to make pig plushies. Like soft, wonderful. I just want one for me. Like everything I make, I just make it for myself. And then if other people want it, that's cool. Like I don't care. But I
Alright.
want, yeah, like I got to look into it. And I think Scott knows how to do that because Scott was telling me how to do that. So Scott should be the one to make it, Scott.
Scott does make a lot of stuff. He made all his stuff for his wedding,
Oh, nice.
Will you
and
make
he made a
piggy
lot of
plushie?
stuff.
Will you make this sweet baby into a cuddly thing that I can hold and love forever? Look at his adorable face.
I
It's
myself
just-
to do it right. I made it.
This is the most favorite.
and it turned out bad. So I'm coming back and trying again.
Okay, I'm here for you.
I'm
Like
doing try.
whatever you want
Build
to
a
do.
bear. Listen, this is what we're gonna work with.
Okay, I will. Like, oh, look at this shit. Oh my
I feel
god!
like-
Like this is my most favorite thing I've ever made in my life.
Build a
Um,
pig workship?
Codex, I still need your Player's Choice Award vote.
Shit.
Me too.
I got distracted by the commercial.
Oh shit, me's free.
You did.
Oh,
Yes, I
man,
did.
Sorry, Jesta.
My bad.
And
Uh,
I think I need merches as well.
Yep, yeah, you. Hey, I don't play merch anymore. I
fuck
play
is that?
Paralictor or
Burn Ward,
Ex-Paralictor
sorry.
Burn Ward. Thank you very
Right.
much.
Though I do have
Uh,
something else to say. We did have a major battle. Do we get to pick for one of our NPCs?
Hold on a second. I'm calculating.
Take your time.
Somebody else go ahead and do the somebody else on sign offs here real quick while I'm doing what I do here.
Who's next on sign off?
Hi, I'm Amy Geddon,
Yes.
and I make fucking adorable shit. Oh, I can't stand it. Like, fuck. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even care if anybody buys it. I just love it so goddamn much. Ugh. Okay, hi, I'm Amy Geddon. Tonight I played Besa, and I picked up a piglet, and I named him Porkchop, and he's great. And he snorts a whole lot more than I would like for him to snort. Prepare yourselves.
oh boy.
And Well, every time I laugh, I snort, so he's gonna be around.
Okay, that I see what you did.
Right. Okay, good. Okay, good. So, let's see here. On Saturday nights, every other Saturday night, I am also in the bitter ends. I play Starlight Fingertoes, a mechanic who picks up things with her toes. That's basically her whole shtick. And she's got a gang now and a patsy named Todd. Fuck Todd. And then on Sundays, I am in Cosmos and I play a couple of different characters. I am either an elf duskwalker named Stella Nightshade, who now has a super kick ass girlfriend and is trying to figure out a way to not get literally burned by being with this woman. We'll see how that works out. And also, I play Leto. She's an orc barbarian. She doesn't talk a lot, but she's a big tank, and I like her a whole lot. And that's me.
Nice. All right.
Oh, wait, one more
And
thing. Sorry. One more thing. I wanted you guys to know that I'm wearing my absolute favorite my favorite tights tonight. They are leopard print, but they are leopard faces, and that's why it's fucking funny. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
good.
My husband's so over
Fucking
that
right.
joke.
all right. Who's next? Xander, you want to go next?
I love Sander.
Sorry, got distracted. Got it like artistic brain fart. Um, it happens. Um, I'm Scott. Psych. Whatever. Um, I played Xander today, so I got to play temporary captain. Apparently, I'm going to be captain on a bunch of things. I don't know. I play
Hey,
temporary captain.
long live Captain Xander.
All right.
We're going to be an armada eventually, everybody gets their own ship eventually.
Right?
Oh no, don't want it. Did that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you already had one. You said you didn't want it. You don't get another one.
Thank God. 'Cause I was bored. I was living with fucking robots.
Hey,
You can be on
on
my
that note,
ship.
Robots,
on
but
that
you know
note,
what I mean.
Vesa, you don't have to kill Ashira to get a captain. You just have to give some time.
well,
Gotcha. Here for it.
well,
Scott.
let's Xander. Yeah, let's let Xander get back to it here.
Sorry.
Back in. Okay. Now, the long list of every other game I'm in. So on Tuesdays, I play in the Ulcer Bridge, or I play Isabella, which she's supposed to be the talkative person of the group because the other person doesn't really have high social skills. So, hey, we got a job on a farm. Yay! um, then on Wednesday, I play Knight in the Hinch to Minch game, where he's happy he got his little cool shorts, but they're like, "Oh, you can't take as much in them because we're going into space on a rocket, so you have to limit how much you take." And I'm like, "Fine, I'll take 2 boxes of snack cakes." Okay, then on Thursdays, I'm in Fast Cars, Clear Gems. My brain could not read my own handwriting. Um, in that one, I play Mikey. So he's gonna stay in a different building, um, messing with the security system, so that when everybody else in the party dies, he can run off and hide. Um, yeah, maybe. Okay, and then in Ballad of the Menagerie on Friday, I play Chess, who is actually the captain of the menagerie because she's like, well, nobody else is. I'll step up. I've been here the longest. Deal with it. And I don't. She's in the same place Xander is, but probably at a different time or something. That'd be weird.
Yeah,
Talk to myself at the same time. I don't think I want to do
yeah.
that.
Technically, the menagerie is a few months behind the Fire Shrike.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So she's been here and gone by the time I got here. Xander got here.
yep.
Got it. That's Friday. Then every other Saturday, which I think is this upcoming Saturday now. Yeah, because we didn't. We got the Bitter Ends, the Water World, Apocalypse World, where I play Castiel, Daddy Castiel, I should say, because
Daddy.
I named
See,
him.
in the gutter.
daddy boy, but you ain't my father.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, it was too
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And then on Sundays, I joined Cosmos, which is kind of cool. And I play Fagara, which is a ranger person. And he's kind of creeped out because he got pulled out of his own lunch and into this place and then into another portal that a room full of portals. He's confused. But he went while everybody else did their thing. He was still hungry. And then, oh, that brings us back to Monday. So that's everything. Yeah, I got a lot.
Alrighty. Cool. Oliver, you want to go next? Sassy?
Yeah, what up? I played Oliver Byrne, a bear who's just a bear, and a biotechnician and biohacker and all sorts of things. Yeah, it was great. He has diplomacy of one, no ranks. He's got a one to it. That's why he didn't talk that entire time because it would have just ruined the entire thing. And that's probably why when someone said, "What do we do, Captain?" he just went, "Brr."
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, but he can talk science. You start talking science, I think at that point diplomacy isn't the issue. It's just science talk. Uh, which is also why
Right.
he just like that man is preposterous. This stuff was terrible. I can do so much better. Um,
Right.
beyond that, you can catch me on Wednesdays for Hinge to Minch as Shadow Hound. I said that in Oliver's voice for some reason, but the superpowered assassin for hire who was a henchman, but so it's moved up to more like a villain now. We're getting our way up there to being super villains. It's getting there. We're good. We got our own business. It's legit and illegit at the same time. And every other Saturday you can catch me in the bitter ends as Eot, the wild child, who yes, Papa fucking uh, Castiel was all like, "No, you can't go to your home and pick up some supplies. We're going on." And so instead, he just followed some grumpy-looking mean dude around the whole day, trying to see how does this guy who looks so mean, what does he do during his day, and when can I take him out? And then he got kicked out of a room, so he kicked the door and stomped off. Uh,
Yeah.
Almost drowned Greasy, and then
yep,
Hot Pot went, "Oh, you've got him.
yeah,
Great,
pretty
thanks."
much. He found an unconscious Greasy. He was like, "Oh, good, one of the wolves is unconscious. Let me just drag him to the water." Uh,
Mm,
yeah, watch out. Uh,
yeah. And you are responsible for every song on the new album.
yes, all right. That's your mistake.
You only get 1%.
Oh, well. Um, and yeah, beyond that, you can catch me on Sundays in Tales from the Cosmos as one of many characters as they've all been unlocked as we've entered the Silver Spire, our home away from home, where essentially it's everyone gathers and hangs out, and then whenever we need to go do something, we're like, okay, you, and you, we need to go out and do this real quick, and we take out our characters. So at this point, I'm not gonna list them off, but there's a lot. Everyone has a lot, except Amy and Xander over here. Amy and Scott, they're doing good. They've actually got a manageable amount of characters. He's got one, she's got two. It's great. Brian's got one
Yeah.
as well. Maybe two. Actually,
No,
all his other characters are there too.
I have four.
Yeah, you
And
have four now. All of them are powerhouses that'll
so
probably kill
much.
us all.
Shh.
And yeah, that's everything from me.
Alrighty. Let's go on to Brian.
Yes, Brian had played Shaba Young, who now has to try to get a old wreck of a destroyer up and flying. She's just there casting mending like it's like a torch or something. Yeah, every second. But yeah, this should be interesting. And I got two people now on crew that, well, I shouldn't trust them. I do trust them. But if worse comes to worse, I'll set them against each other, and we'll have some real fun then. Beyond that, on Tuesdays, I run Oslo Bridge, where our two intrepid farmhands will finally get to see what it's really like out in the farm fields in the middle of nowhere, 5, 6 days away from civilization. Yeah, that'll be fun. What's going to come out of the woods? We'll wait and see. And on Sundays, I am back in Cosmos. I am currently playing Lana, a blue cobalt witch. And she has a bit of an attitude, but you know what? Fuck you all. You're all tall. You're a pain in the butt.
I love her.
Yeah, attitude
Love
and
her.
a cauldron with her and a very thorny little lizard. Yeah, this should be interesting to see how it goes. And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Win 5, get 1.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free. You have caught me today playing Paralictor Burnward, or ex-Paralictor Burnward, depending on the day that you ask him. And he just got paid, so he's trying to spend some of his money on something he didn't know that he could have, or at least his player didn't know he could have. Let's see here. You can also catch me on Thursdays where I run Fast Cars Clear Gems, which is about to be full-on heist mode. They've done 2 sessions of reconnaissance. I think it's about time for everyone to run in with guns going on and shit like that. I think that'll be pretty fun. And you can also catch me every other Saturday for the Bitter Ends, the Wave World sessions, where I play Greasy, the DJ for 6.66KRUST, The Crust, the hottest shit that floated to the top of the bathtub. Where, last session he got stabbed, and then he drank after getting stabbed in the stomach. See
Yeah.
if that has any negative health effects. But the cool thing is that he A, picked up followers, and B, picked up the ability to scrounge food off of the ground and not have to pay an upkeep. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Greasy is I'm just making him the worst. He's just the worst, and I love it so much. Like, I just want Greasy to wake up in a different fucking pile of garbage every morning, look and see a half-eaten burrito and go, "Oh shit, breakfast, nice."
Oh no,
But
stop.
he smokes soggy cigarettes. He's greasy. But yeah,
Soggy Black Death cigarettes.
exactly. Yeah, his cigarettes aren't just wet from PCP; they're also wet from rainwater. Uh, but yeah. So other than that, if you are currently watching on Twitch and you want to be watching on YouTube, go to youtube.com/Paradise Theater. And some of the benefits for watching on YouTube is you get to watch things over and over again. If you don't understand what someone said, as I often don't understand what any of these hooligans say, you can rewind, which I can't do in real time. So, you've got a leg up on me. I'll catch up one of these days, you bastard. If you are watching on YouTube right now, Christ, and you want to watch on Twitch, you want to watch this shit live, get to see things in real time, which is better than me because I'm usually about a decade behind everybody else anyway. You can catch us on twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. And if you want to see community interaction, you want to get into the high pace, the fast paced, high intensity world of scheduling. And you also like hot memes. Catch us on Twitter
Hot
@PairTheater.
memes.
Yeah, exactly. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free. You can catch the new single that I dropped, Sweet Dreams Forever, on my motherfucking SoundCloud. Just look up Michael Burley on SoundCloud. You will find me. And you will find the song that I released. And pretty soon I will be releasing another song. And I'm going to be releasing some poetry to some fucking shit. As soon as I release more things, I will tell you where to find me. I am not bashful and desperately want to quit my day job and do art for a living, so please, God, support me. Anyway, that is me on to Jesta.
All right. First things first, let's get the paper or the bookkeeping out of the way. Everybody gets 1,000 experience points for the session, and today's player's choice a winner is Vesa.
Yay!
750 extra for you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Uh, All right. With that said, I am the Just King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Fire Strike, my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and never do wells. You can catch me here on Tuesdays as Yorick on Osel Bridge. He's kind of a shy guy with not a lot of self confidence, and he's a dirty peasant, and that's okay. Come check that out. And you can also catch me here on Thursday nights for Fast Cars Clears Gyms, where I play Con, whose motto is never commit a crime that you're not going to frame somebody else for committing.
And
And
their motto is eat as many chili dogs as you can.
kind of, yeah. Um, and then you can also catch me here on Friday for the Ballad of the Menagerie. Um, you know, you need some work done. You need some things to take care of, and all the good famous mercenaries and pirates and what have you are busy. Well, the menagerie will take on the job.
So wait,
You
what
know,
you just said out loud was the menagerie is Teen Titans Go? I mean,
oh God,
I'm completely and
really.
110% down with that because I love Teen Titans Go, but that's basically what you just said.
But there is and you can also catch me here every other Saturday night for our Wave World sessions of the Bitter Ends. This weekend would be our normal, one of our normal sessions, but I am going to postpone this next week because my daughter I may actually get to see my daughter for the first time in a year on Sunday, and I need to clean house. So that's a thing. Um, Everybody cross your fingers and hope shit works out this time, because that's tough.
All right, we're about to start making sacrifices to the old gods to get it to happen.
Right?
I'm here.
Um, I know that any of you out there who are parents probably can empathize, because I'd like you to take a minute and understand and try to think about what it would be like to not see your child for an entire year. Um, so, and those of you who aren't kids, trust me, there is nothing in this pandemic that has been harder for me than such a thing. So, um, yeah, good reason why I won't be here, why we won't be on this week. But we will return again, not the following week, but the week after. Um, and we'll make it up to you guys. But with that said, I believe that's all I've got. So let's get a RIP Fern and get out of here.
R.I.P.
RIP Fern!
Peeper.
Fern.